Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 I'm talking about vibe with the blue. Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to look control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God prepare. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight Marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. What part do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Cash, what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
You're gonna stretch it out.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie. Carter presents. Welcome to episode 239 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this and any other Earth in the multiverse, which you can also find on Spotify, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio. You could literally find it in the negative zone, most likely, sometimes, depending on how long you can hang in the negative zone. But also, what it gets it out the negative zone is you giving it that rating. You know, hooking us up with those ratings helps us reach more listeners like yourself. Helps us reach the promised land, getting up out the gulag. And yeah, we appreciate that. That said, man, Carter, what's going on? He wasn't ready for all
one
that.
thing. One thing I didn't get to tell you before we started. You remember when? So I can talk about this now since the game is canceled. Thank you, Gabriel Knight, for that 1999. I see you right here, just showing support. I thank you. But yeah, I can talk about this now since it got canceled. You remember when I was hitting you up about me going to Naughty Dog to work on that Last of Us game?
Oh, yeah. That shit got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah. Tell me why one of them girls hit me up recently, because she actually saw me here.
What?
Not when I say saw me here, I don't mean she saw me in LA. I mean, no.
Oh, here.
This.
What? Ain't that about her?
So DJ Spice, what up, lady? I don't know how you just randomly found this. I'm assuming one of your buddies was high as shit and just randomly saw the Blerd Cave one day. So yeah, shouts
Just
out to y'all.
tuned
She does GTA role playing, which
Okay.
I didn't realize that shit was as big as it is. Like that shit is huge.
That shit is massive. I wish I was into it. I can't, like, I don't mind watching people do it, but like it's not something I can do myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's just weird to me. Like I just like I don't know. Like when I was watching one day where somebody was in court over some shit. Like they had a court date, and I was like, yeah, I was like, you couldn't put me into a court date for this shit.
But yeah, man, it was just a random thing because I was like, oh shit, okay, you
said DJ Spice.
Okay. Yeah, her name is DJ Spice with a Y. She is yeah. So shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey, we can I guess we can come together about playing a game that only we got to play and nobody else got to play, so we can kind of throw it in y'all faces that we played it and y'all didn't. But other than that, I've been good, man. I've been good. I know that the weather's finally cleared up over here, so I can get back into my running. But has the snow cleared up over there?
Oh yeah, snow been gone. Yes, that snow is out of here.
I kept seeing videos on Instagram of people in like Tom Lee Park snowboarding and shit. So I'm like, is it still bad down there? Like what the hell?
Nah. That shit is good and cleared up. That shit is smooth cleared up.
Okay.
So yeah, we good over here now. I think it's just more of a matter of I know there were some people that got caught up in the water boil advisory because
fun fact, I asked some people up here in Cali about that. They don't know what the fuck that is.
A water boil advisory, bruh. Oh my god.
I see y'all got it so good up here.
Wait a minute, hold on. I just want to say first, before I move on to this next one, I do want to say shout out to Gabriel the Dark Knight hooking us up with that 1999 super chat. We appreciate that. Thank you for that support. And Sir, I got to give shout to Sir Yuri G for pointing this out. Says, by the way, Ernie, I like that mini promo skit you did for the shirt. Need more Ultimate Ernie because of his edgy anger.
Oh,
So, full disclosure, that skit was actually longer, but because I don't know how to do anything with brevity, I think that skit was originally like 3 minutes. It actually needed to only be 1 minute. But like, I liked what I did so much that I just left it at the time that it was. I cut it down like in little pieces. There's little parts that got shaved off, but I realized I had to remind myself that I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for a sponsor for the video. But I felt that like it helped. I don't know. Maybe it did. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, what's
Rexu Pizza saying Ultimate Universe Blerd collabs with Raid Shadow Legends. I would leave the Blerd Cave that day.
Hey man, look,
I would leave.
Hey, he homeless
Instantaneously.
Look, he's homeless, man. Times are hard. The funny thing is, I actually, you know what? They did reach out to me once to do one. I did do a Raid Shadow Legends plug like forever ago.
That was way back. I remember that.
The funny thing about that is, oh wow, dude, look at that. We over on the Twitch side of things, you can't really see this because it's not well, yeah, you just can't see it. This really is all there really is to it. But no, we have a dude. Look at this. We got a little raid. We appreciate that. Thank you for coming over and raiding us. I will probably fuck your name up, but is it Curlin or Curian? Thank you for that raid. We appreciate you. Thank you for that. But no, we had a it was that was like a while ago. I will say this though, for all of Raid Shadow Legends' faults.
It's gonna turn into a fucking ad.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay. I was gonna say that they pay well. They paid well for my time, even though they made me re-edit the promo more times than I care to admit. We also got one out here from Vampire Hunter Greg out here. Actually, let me see if I can get this. Let's see if this shows up. I want to see. It shows up. Look at all that. Look at that. Look at that right there. Bam. Look, we got the chat right there in the middle. You can kind of see what's going on. But let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I lost my train of thought.
Vampire Hunter Greg.
Thank you.
With the little Caesars, hot and ready. Hello, Blerd and Carter. I know this show will be about TMNT for a little bit. I am curious to know, have either of you read the 1990 hidden gem, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Soul's Winter?
Soul's Winter? That was 1990? So wait a minute. Let me ask this. And if you can give me a little bit of, well, I mean, I can just go to the internet and do this. I can tell you right now off rip, I've never read it. At least I don't have any memory of it, but I'm looking it up now to see what this was a part of. Was this? Okay, I see what this is. You know what? And it is, this looks kind of awesome. Okay, so wait, this was under Mirage Studios.
Okay.
I wonder if this was, oh, you know what? Okay, the lies I have told. I've read this in some capacity before. Now that I'm looking at it, seeing what it is. I don't have any memory of it, but I know I've read the Mirage Comics TMNT. So I've read it. I just don't remember it, so I may as well say I haven't.
I can honestly say that just like looking at this right now, I have never seen this. I did not know this was a thing, considering I was only 2 in 1990. But yeah, this is something that I have never heard of, but I'm looking at it now, and this might have to get added to. So this is one reason that I don't like being on this show because just like I have a backlog of video games that I am trying my damnedest to get caught up on.
Yeah.
A lot of you all's recommendations about things, I end up adding those books to the backlog as well. Like I'm still trying to catch up, and this is yet another thing that has to get added to the backlog. I actually bought something recently.
Yeah.
That was in my backlog that I'm actually happy I have now. It's going to be my recommended this week. But yeah, this looks interesting. This looks very interesting. This art is
this looks
I don't want
fantastic.
anybody to take this the wrong way when I say it, but like the art is very old schoolish.
Yeah,
and
no, it is.
That's what's kind of dope to me.
Well,
that's why this looks different, but it in a really good way. This looks dope.
This is a sample I have pulled up from Amazon. Well, you can see there's the Amazon pricing next to it, but yeah. This looks cool. Like I said, I feel like I've read this before at some point in time. I just have no recollection of it. But no, now that you've said it, and I see how much it costs on Amazon, I'll likely be picking this up. Yeah, this is Mirage Comics. So this is part of the Mirage Comics lineup. So
yeah,
far as I'm looking at.
We also got Levester the Samurai. I always want to say Levester the Court Jester for some reason. Blerd Club Gold for 17 months saying, I got a movie recommendation, not comic related. I took myself to the movies last night on spur of the moment and saw American Fiction. It was really good. So I told Ernie about that movie a while back because I saw the first trailer and I wanted to go see it.
It looks wild.
Like immediately.
I forgot the movie was out now. So yeah, I will definitely be going to go see that. Also, it says I haven't caught you, but I was on with you and Hawk once. Yeah. I remember. Dude, how you been? I hope you've been doing well, man. I hope you've been doing well. Wait, Elite X wants. I guess there won't be any Blerd without your Ray character now.
I don't want to see some bald black dudes, like specifically with glasses, fighting orcs, because it would make me mad. Because I'm like, if his glasses fall off, he's about to get crit damaged every time. Like, I don't want that to be like a gimmick.
You know it would be. Ledex One says Godzilla -1 in black and white tonight. Got to see it again before it leaves theaters forever. Yeah, you know what? I forgot the black and white was out. So that'll be another thing I'm probably gonna have to go see. Actually, okay. Oh, hit me.
Correct me on this because I think I read this online this week. That's the first Godzilla movie that got I think it was like an Oscar nomination or something like that.
I believe so. I believe you are correct.
I thought that Shin Godzilla got a lot of those awards and those accolades. Am I wrong?
Well, they probably got accolades. I don't know if they got
or is this like an American Oscar nomination?
This is an I think they won awards over there. We're talking about the actual like the Oscars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's got it's got an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. And the everything else, it's got a lot of stuff over on the Japanese side of things, but it's in category for best visual effects, which I gotta admit, Godzilla looks pretty fucking awesome in that movie. Like every time you see Godzilla, he looks like a fucking behemoth. Like, and he doesn't look nice, like not at all. Like, he's a mean guy.
Yeah.
He's this ain't the Godzilla that like, what was it? I remember the first time I heard this in a movie and it had me hollering. But I think it might have been in Godzilla versus Gigan, where they had Godzilla talking like a person. But they did this weird thing where they like, it was almost like every time he spoke, there was this weird record scratching thing going on in the background. So he was I was like, yo, no, stop that. Yeah, no, yeah. Wait, is anyone interested in the movie Argyle with Bryce Dallas? I am. I actually can't wait to see that. That's that is Henry Cavill getting some flowers around this motherfucker.
That is the nastiest haircut they could have given that man.
They did
that movie, bro.
Well, what was so funny about it is, so I showed the trailer when it first popped up, to my wife.
Yeah.
And she was looking at it, she was like, how many people are in this? She was like, because as you go through the trailer, it's like, you see, all right, we got Henry Cavill, we got Dua Lipa, got John Cena. Oh, hey, by the way, Sam Rockwell's in it, so is Bryce Dallas Howard. And then, here, just a bunch of other random motherfuckers, just like, just boom,
yeah,
boom,
then they
boom,
cut
boom.
to the end, and you just see star.
It reminds me of the Barbie movie. Like, remember when the first trailer, like the first like legit trailer that showed who all was in it?
Yeah.
And they showed, it was like, oh, hey, by the way, we got Margot Robbie and we got Ryan Gosling. But also, hey, guess what? We also got Issa Rae. We also got like we got America Ferrera. We got all these other motherfuckers. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hey, did you see Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings? Guess what? We got him too. We got this motherfucker too. We got Simu Liu in here. And it's like, oh, hey, by the way, got Shooty Gatwa in here. Yeah, he's about to be Doctor Who. And it's like, oh, boom, 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 boom. And I was just like, oh my God, y'all are
You know what's so
me.
funny? It wasn't until I actually told somebody this, because they were not aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know who Sam Rockwell is, of course.
Yeah, of course.
There are so many people that don't realize that in every movie that he is in, he got to dance.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, he
the
dances.
reason I was even the reason this even got brought up in conversation was because I had yet to watch this new season of Marvel What If. None of the episodes really sounded all that interesting to me. And then one of my friends were like, dude, just start with the happy episode, and I guarantee you it'll be good the rest of the way. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching that, and I'm like, okay, they brought Hammer back. Okay, this is random. And then this is animated Sam Rockwell.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker's still dancing, and I busted out of that.
I think Marvel was in on the joke on that one. I want to say Marvel was in on the joke. Because Tyrone said Sam Rockwell in it, he dancing.
Yeah, like ever since I first saw Sam Rockwell in anything, which was funny enough, it was Charlie's Angels movie with Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu and them, and I saw him dancing, and I'm like, this is a very strange way this white man is dancing. Everything I have seen him in since, whether it's a serious movie, whether it's a goofy movie, not the Disney one, that is the blackest movie I've ever seen.
Yes.
Even if it's a drama or action, he got to dance, bruh.
Mm-hmm. No, he got to. It's a part of his contract. He dances. That's what he does. He dances. Look, if you come to Sam Rockwell and you say, hey, I got a script for you, it's perfect, the first thing he's going to say is, okay, that's cool and all, but when do I dance?
Yeah, that was just so funny to me that you would still take that joke or just take that and put it in animated form on Marvel whatever. I cracked up, dude. I said, no, he didn't.
Wait, Kaiser Q said he dances like Tom Cruise can't stop running.
Oh, bro. Ever since I saw that double toasted video where they said if you pay attention, it looked like he karate chopping wind.
He cut wind. He just bro, nah, that should have almost took me out. Let's see here. Let's get back to it, man, because we do got some stuff we got to talk about. We got we got stuff, and we have both stuff and things. Like we have both stuff and things we need to get to. So as you may have guessed from the the title or the thumbnail, we're gonna be talking about some Ninja Turtles. Because we talked about last week, Jason Aaron was gonna be taking over as the writer of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series at IDW. This isn't news or anything now anymore. I mean, it was news, but it's no longer news now. But we now have access to the information. IGN, of all places, got an exclusive on this. Like, I thought, like, of all the places in the world, you'd hit up comic book resources, comicbook.com or what is it, AIPT Comics or whatever. You'd hit up Bleeding Cool or somebody like that. They hit up IG fucking in.
IGN is blowing somebody at IDW. I know that.
Man, what? Like you know they got a plug somewhere in all the ways that Carter just set up. So here's what we know. There's not just going to be one artist, at least not at first.
Mm.
There's going to be 4 artists. There is going to be...
It's four turtles. Y'all get it?
You get it?
You get it? It's 4 turtles.
Now, I don't think we got any... I don't think we got any information, any inside baseball on exactly how the logistics of that are going to play out long term. But here's what I can tell you. And here, there you go. Bam. We have got right here before us the list. So for the first 4 issues that we get, we're going to get one that is about Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 2 will be Michelangelo. 3, Leonardo. 4, Donatello. You save the best for last. That's what you do. I'm just saying, man. Hey, any man that will show up to a ninja fight with some wood, motherfuckers got swords, knives, even nunchucks. You like, nah, I'm bringing the stick.
Let me remind you of a very old Nelly song. I am number 1. 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
Well,
didn't even mention 4, so you know what time it is.
Hey, I will not accept this Donatello slander. Thank you very much. But no, we don't really know exactly how this is going to play out. This is going to be something where they're just going to rotate in artist, so on and so forth. But these first 4 issues that they're going to be doing, these are each going to be helmed by a different artist. So, like, first and foremost, we got the one that is going to be helmed art-wise by a woman who largely is associated with DC Comics more often than not. And that's Joelle Jones. So I thought this was pretty cool because, well, for one, I really like her art. I know
this Raph looks dope.
Like, have you ever? Dope. Have you ever read any books that she's done, Carter?
I don't believe that I have. I started looking her up when I saw the name, and like I found her Instagram, which linked to her website where she has a lot of her art there, and she is fucking good.
Oh yeah, no, she is damn good.
She is good.
Joelle Jones, most people might know her from Lady Killer, which was a book I think she did back in I want to say it was like 2004, 2008, something like that. I didn't know her from that initially. I kind of went back and caught up on that. What I actually knew her for, and damn it, I don't know if I actually got a thing for it, but I knew her for Supergirl. She did a run on Supergirl, and she also recently did when DC Future State was popping off, and they had the Wonder Woman series that was going on then. Joelle Jones was the one behind that, and I want to say I might be misspeaking here. I want to say she both wrote and drew that particular series. But Joelle Jones, she's a bad motherfucker. I know she's caught some heat lately because of accusations of copying Pepe Larraz. But I think people don't know how references work. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I think what just happened was she referenced the poses, because that was about it. There's a very stark, like, someone did a thing, like, because when I was looking all this up, Yeah, sometimes you look up something, Google will try and give you like the most recent or most like prevalent thing, and that was one of them. Even though technically it was a story from like the beginning of last year, I think it was. But like basically she used the same pose as from an issue of Jerry Duggan's X-Men that Pepe Larraz drew. And it was the exact same pose, but the characters, it wasn't like they were wearing the same thing. It was just, you could tell that it was the same pose. So like it was one of those deals where,
I mean, if you gonna copy,
somebody, copy the GOAT.
if you go copy somebody, I would rather you copy one of the best ones out here right now, and not copy. I'd rather her do a Pepe Larraz or a Josh Rockwell or somebody, as opposed to copying Cherokee or Pinky, getting their backs blown out, and then putting it in a Brian Hitch written book.
or better yet, copying Greg Land of all. He
didn't catch that.
No. I mean, just period. Just period. But like, it's like not just going like, I'm talking about like Greg Land levels of copying himself.
Yeah, I would rather her like, take from great artistry, not Alexis Texas.
She did Catwoman too. I forgot about Catwoman.
Okay.
Yeah, she did Catwoman too. Yeah, she a bad motherfucker. So yeah. You that's not a problem.
If that's her Raphael, like that's really
her Raphael.
Like, okay, if that Raphael looks dope, I want to read this one, because if that Raphael is any indication, I want to read that.
Yeah,
but who else we got on this list of hitters? So
we got Raphael Albuquerque, which I thought was funny. They had a missed opportunity here to have a Raphael Albuquerque do the Raphael book.
You are so cringe, bro. You are so cringe.
Hey, look, if it was me, I'd have done it. I'd have been like, yeah, by the way, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, Raphael, written by Jason Aaron, with art by Raphael Albuquerque. That's right. He drew his own self in the book. He a bad motherfucker. But no, we got Raphael Albuquerque. He's going to be doing the Michelangelo issue, the Michelangelo-centric issue. Raphael Albuquerque is a guy that I didn't realize I was as familiar with as I was. Actually, I got some art from Raphael. This is actually one of his pencils and ink deals right here, which looks amazing. Just in and of itself.
I gotta do a plug real quick. If you want some good Raphael Albuquerque, American Vampire is one.
That's another one. Yeah, that is definitely another one.
Yeah, American Vampire for sure.
Yeah, Raphael Albuquerque is a beast. So I mean, this is dude. I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, we already kind of know. We know how he's, how Michelangelo's going to be tackled here, because this is his Raphael, not his Raphael, but his we know how his Michelangelo, his Mikey is going to be tackled, because we got it right here. But I just want to see how nasty he can get with the pencils on that. I'm actually more. It's one of those situations where I'm actually very curious for the art alone on these. Not like, even though I know it's going to be written well, I am very curious how the art is going to play out on all of these. But before they get away from me, I do want to hit these up right quick, because I don't want to lose them. And that is, we got a super chat from SThomp10 with $5. Says, I saw an AI generated image of Michael Jackson combined with Michelangelo from TMNT, and I am scarred forever. I actually kind of want to look that up now. I actually kind of want to look that up. I don't know why, but that is something that just sounds so awful. It sounds so awful, I have to know. So now,
you really don't have to.
No, I want to know.
You don't have to know. And while he's looking at that, we got another Little Caesars hot and ready, and I'm actually hungry, so I appreciate that. From Go Contrary's baby's father saying, y'all pray for me. Taylor coming to my city of Baltimore, and I got to work on that day. Shaking my head. I'm going to get stuck in traffic.
So, I can tell you right now, just based off of like never been to a T-Swizzy concert or anything of that magnitude. However,
okay, that's what he meant.
What?
I was trying to figure out what Taylor he was talking about. He's talking about Tom Taylor or somebody agree, but he's talking about Taylor Swift. Don't say Taylor like you just knew this girl when y'all used to grow up across the street from each other and shit like that. He said Taylor. He could have been talking about Tom Taylor. He could have been talking about the Taylor Gang. You just said Taylor. I didn't even know he was talking about Taylor Swift. Don't say that that's like that's just your home girl.
To be fair,
don't do that.
To be fair, as soon as I read, that was the first thing I thought of. But no, well, also because she's kind of been in the like in the public eye, the public zeitgeist a lot lately, just because there's a lot of men who have been losing their minds over her lately, mad at her because whatever.
Okay. So Yuri G just put me on game. It's because the Chiefs are playing the Ravens.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Okay, because she's supposed to be with the Kelsey boy. I don't give a shit about the NFL playoffs right now because Cowboys are out, so I could care less. But okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it makes
well,
sense.
It's just funny because she commands a lot of attention, and it's mostly just because it's not even really her fault. It's just because people just want to see her regardless of where it is. So wherever she is, there's going to be a traffic jam because I remember when I think she came to when she did a show in Nashville not long ago, I believe, a homie of mine in Nashville like just sent me a picture of how backed up shit was. And I was just like, yeah, bro, I'm good. That's the thing. Like, I'd be like, I'm good. I don't even hate Taylor Swift. I mean, I think her music is enjoyable. We have a little. I wouldn't call Cersei a Swiftie by any stretch of the imagination. She likes Taylor Swift, but she ain't one of the motherfuckers to be like, oh my God, it's T-Swizzle. It's T-Swizzy. Like, she's not one of the motherfuckers. It's just like if bad blood come on you, she gonna start doing her little. Yeah, she'll be doing her little thing. So there you go. But no, getting back to it. We have got the next one here is Leonardo. Leonardo is gonna be getting love from Cliff Chang.
That's somebody's art. Oh, that's an artist I haven't seen in a minute. I don't believe.
Yeah, Cliff Chang. He's well. You know what? Now that you've said that, I can't think of anything just right off rip that Cliff Chang has done recently that I'm just like, oh no, he was on that. I'm sure he's been on a book, but like the thing, like I think, man, this is gonna sound nasty. I didn't really get put on game to who Cliff Chang was until New 52.
Yeah.
Because of Wonder Woman. Cliff Chang was out here.
So when I was at the shop, they did have the Brian Azzarello Cliff Chang Wonder Woman omnibus in the bargain.
How much was it?
They were like 50 or 60.
Yeah, and if it's still up there next time you go, I might need you to.
Okay.
I might need you to make a return trip. Yeah, because I actually really I always dunk on New 52, but if I'm being real about it, Wonder Woman was one of like the 5 books New 52 had.
New 52 had some hits. They had some hits.
Oh no, they had some hits. But like I said, like them hits was like you had Wonder Woman, Animal Man, Swamp Thing, what was it, Batman? And Superman wasn't. Yeah, actually, it depending on where you were at on Superman.
I think Superman and Wonder Woman was good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get that.
Superman and Wonder Woman was good.
I give you that. I give you that one.
I don't want us to go off on a tangent.
No.
We gonna start.
Yeah, be like, it'll be let's shit on the New 52 segment. But no, no, I'm here for this. I'm here for this 100%. Also, Cliff Chiang also responsible for one of my favorite books of all time, Paper Girls.
That was Cliff Chiang.
That was Cliff Chiang.
Really?
That was Cliff Chiang, pimp. Yep, that was Cliff Chiang on the paper. I found this image. It was like I was doing like Google image searches for each artist's work, and I was like, oh, that was actually that was like, I was like, man, I was like, it's like, dude, yeah, I like seeing. I'm a huge fan of seeing the raw like pen and ink stuff, seeing the pencils and the inks. That should just, I don't know, it does something for me. It's a thing. But then this is the one that actually was a head scratcher for me, because I kind of feel like some of these got mixed up. I'm pretty sure they had the artists do the ones they probably preferred, but like I'm like, man, I would have half expected Cliff Chiang to be on Donatello as opposed to Leonardo. But that said, we've got last is Chris Burnham on Donatello, which I thought was a very, very interesting choice, because basically this is, I think, why I kind of dig on this a little bit, because everyone's kind of bringing their own vibe, and each one is kind of doing a style of Ninja Turtles that is very reminiscent of a version of Ninja Turtles you've probably seen before.
Yes.
And this one is very reminiscent of like a Kevin Eastman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
exactly. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Yeah. It's not, it's like, it's almost kind of like it's like early day, like actual Eastman still does it the same way as he used to. Whenever you like a lot of times for like the IDW TMNT annuals, you'll probably see like, oh yeah, like they'll do the issue, and Kevin Eastman will usually do those where it's the old style, but like with the the current colorations and stuff like that. But Chris Burnham is kind of a beast in and of himself.
And that's what I know Chris Burnham from, was from the Grant Morrison, because for you audiophiles that can't see what Ernie just pulled up here, I know Chris Burnham from the Grant Morrison Batman and Robin stuff, which was really good.
That's
Batman
what I know
Incorporated as well. That's how I knew who that was. But I will say, if he doesn't want to do the book in color, just if you want to pull up that Donatello image real quick again.
Oh yeah.
If his issue with Donnie is in black and white with just the purple being the only color, I like that image that you just have pulled up. If that's the entire issue, that would be fire.
Oh yeah, no, I would eat that shit up. Also,
that would be fire.
I want to pull up something real quick because I think this is really awesome. So I found an image that is this is something I think he did either for fun or for a commission or whatever. This dude did Guts. And that junk looked cold. That junk looked cold. And I was like, man, Chris Burnham out here, man. Chris Burnham is out here. Was it aggressively relaxing? Actually, I feel this on so many levels. I just want to point this out. But aggressively relaxing said that people give kindergartners a hard time, but coloring is harder than it looks. Yes. Yes, it is. As a guy who's been trying to teach himself how to color, it's like, and I mean, when I say teach myself how to color, I mean like coloring on like a comic book level. It ain't easy. It is not easy. Because like my colors always wind up looking flat unless I do them a very specific way, and I always get frustrated because my shit never looks half as good as even the lowest level colorist in comics, and yeah, it always makes me sad. But what I will say is, yeah, all artists involved in this, it looks like we're in for something really special. I think we're in for something really special. And like I said, I don't know how that is. I don't know how any of this is going to play out in terms of whether or not we get each of these artists, like how if they keep rotating them in and out over the course of Jason Aaron's run, or if any particular one of them is going to wind up just, being the artist like going forward. Once again, IDW's TMNT, since it started, has had multiple artists over the course of almost 150 issues by this point. And it's literally, and sometimes it changes. Sometimes it would change from arc to arc. So like you'd probably get 5 issues of one person, another 5 issues of somebody else. You might get 20 issues of somebody else, and then maybe like 2 or 3 issues of somebody else. Like it really depended sometimes on what was going on.
So I do know that one thing that that came out in this press release was that each of these artists is going to get their own issue, and then I'm assuming that's going to just be the first arc, and then the second arc is literally just going to be all Raphael Albuquerque.
Oh, it will. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the entire second arc is just going to be all Albuquerque. So
I wonder if they'll do it that way then. So will they just keep him on for that second arc, and then once that second arc is done, do they switch back over to a Joel Jones or a Cliff Chang or a Chris Burnham? Like just have these artists like at the, because honestly, here's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of books that constantly shift artists all the time. It's very, TMNT is kind of a rarity for me in that regard. I like, it's not to say that, I mean, a lot of other books do it too. I'm never a fan of it when it happens. Even if I like the book. But what I will say is, if you were going to constantly pull from these 4 artists, I'd be fine with it. Like I would be probably more fine with it than I would normally be.
Yeah, and I feel like this would be a way to, if you follow where I'm going with this, I think this would be a good way for certain artists to be given a break, so that we don't get late books.
That would also be
okay, you're doing an arc, you get to chill for a bit. This person's gonna come in, this person's gonna come in. Okay, all right, you ready? Let's go. So that's where my mind is going with it, where you're not constantly just on one, to where you're taking like 2 to 3 year breaks, like a certain Brian K. Vaughan book that I'm just ready for to end at this fucking point. But I just feel like that'd be a good way for them to kind of refresh, maybe go do some other stuff, depending on what that might be. So that's how I'm looking at it, and I would be okay with it, because it's really going to depend on these one-shot issues with these artists. They really got to be on their A1. They really got to be in all-star mode for each of these single issues, because if they are going that route that you and I are thinking, if you're not showing your ass out the gate when your arc does come around, if there is one, you were just gonna be waiting for one of the other one to come in.
Yeah, no,
I like Joel. I like Joel's art, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come back when Cliff Chang comes back. Cliff Chang's wasn't that. Let me know when Joel and Chris Burnham get back on the book. So they really got to be firing on all cylinders with these single issues.
Oh no, 100%, actually 110 million%. I will say, as a guy who is not the hugest fan of, like I said, all that jumping around. Once again, you couldn't have picked you couldn't have picked a better pool of artists that if you're going to jump around, these are the artists I wouldn't mind seeing. But yeah, like it is one of those things. It is disappointing sometimes when I pick up an X-Men book and Joshua Cassara is not drawing it, even if it is, even if it's Phil Noto. And I like Phil Noto's work, but
it depends.
Well, it does depend on the book sometimes. Like I will say sometimes his art is a little stiff sometimes.
Yes.
But and for those that don't know what I mean by that, sometimes characters just kind of like they're not dynamic. I'll just put it that way. Like they're just kind of like on the page. They're not leaping off the page. They're not like in any like great I don't really know a way to articulate what I'm saying. Just know that like when I pick up that book and I see it, I was like, oh, like, I'm not disappointed. 'Cause I'm like, oh man, I don't like Phil Noto. I don't want to read this. No, it's more just like, man, I was really looking forward to seeing Joshua Cassara's art in this, man. Like same with Daredevil. There were some instances on Daredevil where Marco Cicchetto wasn't always on the art, and I was like, man, I kind of wish they'd have waited till like, because like me personally, for the consistency's sake, I would rather the book be late and just wait for the person to be available, so that way we get a consistent book. But once again, that's not feasible all the time, so I totally get why that's not the case. But I will say, kind of some Witch Doctor Son, you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Oh, okay.
You ain't shit. No, they said they is flat Stanley. I mean, it's that is actually a good way to put it. His character is usually a little flat, and once again, as a guy who can sometimes draw a little flat myself every now and again if I'm not like really feeling it that day. I will say, one of my biggest criticisms of myself, not Phil Noto, but of myself, is sometimes, and this is from a color perspective. This is why I think coloring is difficult. And I'll actually show you guys just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. But you know how like sometimes, Carter, we give colorists a hard time when they are coloring black characters.
Yeah.
And they don't color them correctly. I totally get it. Because coloring is fucking difficult. It's difficult. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's not. I would be doing you all a grave disservice if I said that it was easy. It's difficult because hell, I'm black and I don't even feel like I color black people correctly half the damn time.
You're what?
You
said you're what?
I said I'm black and I feel like I don't color.
Word?
Yeah, I know, right? You didn't know. Blur Without Fear. No one picked that up. But just it's one of, like, case in point. Like so here, I'm gonna show y'all some stuff. Real quick. I'm gonna
say a blurred like that. I thought it was just a speech impediment. You just want to say use the nerve without fear. He is black. Oh my God.
No,
our world was not lying.
It was not lying. It was not lying. I ain't gonna lie. I was on Power last night for like several hours.
Oh God, they got you too.
Yeah, man. I'm level 25 now, pimp. I got a base and everything. I got all kind of slaves on my plantation. Anyway. No. So here's the thing. I am more like, and this is something I had to learn about myself. I'm gonna show you a picture I did of Invincible. I actually posted this a while back, so this isn't really news. But I did this picture of Invincible. And this is just my inks. Just inks. That's it. Nothing else. I tried to make it as close to the original artist style, but still maintain my own voice in it. Now, when I went to color it, I wasn't as happy with it when I colored. This is why I will probably always and forever have someone else color my shit. Because my color is never vibrant. It's always kind of like dull and muted. And I don't like that. Like, I would rather, like, me as a person, I would rather someone else come in and do my shit. That's why I always tell people, I won't, like, whenever you hear me knock somebody's ability to do something, or I'm very hypercritical of somebody's ability to do something, it's because I know what I'm talking about, not because I can always do it, but sometimes because I've tried to do it and can't. And I don't mean like tried once and couldn't do it, but I mean like tried multiple times and couldn't do it and still feel like I'm not up to snuff. So knowing I'm not a good colorist, I can look at someone else's color and be like, ooh, man, yeah, no, that ain't it, pimp.
Can I
Pimp. Mm-hmm.
Can I just say,
yes,
the color don't look bad on that Invincible though.
It looks bad to me though. Okay, I will say this: I'm my own worst critic.
I was going to say, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with that short with Echo. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
I look terrible. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So I will give you that. You know what? I will concede the point, and I will just roll with that. I mean, in this case, I will say this is probably one of the better instances of color I have ever done. I will say, this is what I will say. This is very easily one of the better instances of color I have ever done. I will say this is probably, just for myself, I will say this is the exception, not the rule. I will give you Exhibit B. This is actually something I was doing for the channel. This is actually something I was doing for like channel art. I was doing a version of Blerd Without Fear as Daredevil. And I was like, okay, cool. This is what I'm gonna do. Don't mind the hand. It got weird. But when I went to color it, this is how it turned out. And like I said, it's dark. Like when I want stuff to be like lighter, it always comes out darker. So basically, like what you're seeing a lot is like a lot of shadow work and shit like that. But like, and like soft shading, like multiply shadows and stuff like that. That is why I say, this is why I say, that's what it. The Invincible one was probably an exception to the rule for me. That was the bug, not the feature. This is probably closer to what I would normally color. And to me, I don't like it, which is why if I have a choice, I will always leave it just like that and let somebody else do it for me, because I'm not a flatter. I don't really know how to properly flat colors. Like a lot of people don't know this. When you have if you ever, let's do a little inside baseball here. If you ever read a comic and it has two different colorists listed, there's a good reason for that. It's because one of them was probably a flatter, someone who literally came in and highlighted each individual part of the finished inks and then laid a flat color like on it, and then another colorist will probably come in after. Sometimes it'll be the same colorist, but if you see two different colorists, that's probably why, because a flatter came in, did one part of it, and someone else came in and did the rest of it. That is why you'll see that sometimes. Some things I have learned recently when I was trying to learn how to properly do coloring. But I will say, once again, it is what it is. But that what I will say is, as far as like art and everything goes, I'm happy with what we got for TMNT. And yeah, this is gonna be.
I'm interested in seeing where this goes. Yeah, I'm really interested in this.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? That is actually, you know what? This is actually good advice, because this is something that I've never paid attention to, and I know this is good advice because I've seen this person's work. Okay. But no, DI Universe is bringing up, says when you're coloring, make sure that you're in your Y on your colors, so you don't go below 47. But basically, because there's different like spectrums of color you can be in, and some of and while some might look more natural to you because maybe you're just used to seeing like kind of like when you think of like the color wheel as it is, and you think like, oh yeah, no, that's when you see like something that's red, you're like, oh, that's red. That doesn't necessarily mean you should use that red in what it is you're doing. You need to be in a different like thing. So yeah, that's actually very sound advice. Also, shout out to DI Universe. And then also shout out to Po Archery Media with the $2 super chat. Says coloring skin tones can be tricky, and he would know. That is that and so he and I have actually talked about this a lot over the past few months. For those who know Po Archery Media, this is also Antoine Ghost Mitchell of who did Sankova's Embrace, has been on the show before, and he does everything himself in his comics, so he would be able to tell you. It is. It's difficult. It's not easy, and I always like to try to remind people that this is the case. It is very, very, very difficult. Also, man, thank you for that 41 hanging that 41 months on us. Man, so much appreciation. Thank you. And we also got, and I want to make sure I don't miss this either, because we also got, actually, I think we got a couple of others that I think I might have missed. We got one here from Fabric 86 with the 1 month of the Blerd Club Gold Mine. Says Vince McMahon is more villainous than Lex Luthor. Yeah,
those texts that came out were gross. I don't like the Vince McMahon text like one of these poppy tween mean girls. Like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, I was not happy about that at all. I wasn't surprised by it either. I wasn't surprised by it either, but yeah, I wasn't happy about it either.
Those texts were cringe. Ugh.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not a good look. But we also got,
again, the key word there, not surprised.
Not surprised even a little bit. We also got, and I think this is a I think this is we got us a 1999 super chat from Midnight Kale. Says, just want to say happy Saturday to y'all. I've been missing these Saturdays because of work, which I am on my way there now. I hate to see the era of Krakoa end, but super excited about how it'll change the Marvel landscape. I'm excited to see. Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio. He says it every time.
Yeah.
I'm the one who has to fucking post them. That's
Yeah,
all we got.
yeah, man.
For y'all.
We got
Y'all
you.
can't enjoy the live chat shenanigans, but you can still enjoy us at your heart's content at a time that is good for you.
Yes. Also, I will say I'm very curious to see what Gail Simone's going to do, even though technically I don't think she's yet to actually confirm that she is writing X-Men after all this is said and done, though she has said a lot of things that basically let you know she's doing it. Reason why I say Gail Simone is because the free comic book day issue that's supposed to be teasing what's coming up next for X-Men after all the Fall of X stuff is over. She's writing the X-Men portion of that free comic book day issue, and 99.9999999% of the time, when they do that shit, it's because that person is going to be writing the thing that is coming out. That's an interesting choice for an X book. Yeah. What's funny is her they are releasing Secret 6 as an omnibus that's coming out soon. The only reason I know that because I think around the time that I think I found out about it, it was because she asked who would be your Secret 6. Like, she was asking her followers, like, everybody was giving their answers and whatnot. And I thought it was pretty damn cool. Also,
are you gonna get it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I was talking about
didn't mean
Secret
to
Six, not
answer.
X-Men.
Yeah. Secret Six. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my problem. I want to get it, but I already got it.
That's fair.
I got it in floppies though.
That's
all
fair.
of it. Comics and collectibles. I got the whole thing for like I think for like $30. I got all of them in floppy. And it's funny going back to read that, just look at the old ads for like Wizards magazine and shit like that. But now it's like, do I really need that omnibus if I got it right there?
I mean, honestly, I like having it all in one exact place. That's kind of my thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, I will often go for the that's oftentimes why I will go for that a lot of the time. But I get why people probably wouldn't. Also, I hate I missed this one because it's back far enough I can't show it. But Tubes the one with the $2 says I was door dashing at night. Traffic sucked. Talking about when Taylor Swift was in Nashville.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I knew exactly what it was as soon as I was like, yeah. I feel for you. We also got LP3 with the $5. Says I'm very excited about Raphael Albuquerque on TMNT. Yes. That, like, honestly, dang, there were no bad choices. Like, it was nothing but good answers on each of those. So yeah. I like, honestly, I'm kind of, man, the only reason I'm sad that Joel's Raphael issue is going to come out first is because I know if it's good, like that, like not just that the issue is good, but just seeing like everything she does with the turtles and just Raphael specifically in that issue, like if it's real good, I'm gonna be real sad that she ain't that she ain't gonna be on the book as regular. But yeah, that's the only bad thing I can say about it. And it really is the same for everybody else. Like I'm just like, man, I kind of wish everybody got their own run. Or like if they wanted to do like what IDW would do sometimes, they would do this as like a series of one shots. But IDW would do like a micro and a macro series where they would do like, okay, here's the issue about Leonardo. Here's one for Donatello. Here's one for Raphael. Here's one for Michelangelo. And then what they would do, they wouldn't so much tell a complete story, but they'd just be like just focusing solely on that specific turtle. I honestly wouldn't be mad if they did something like that where they just did. And I'm pretty sure they probably will, where they were just like, hey, there's the core TMNT book, but then we got a TMNT Raphael, TMNT Leonardo, TMNT Donatello, TMNT Michelangelo, boom, 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 boom. And like we do like maybe like a you know, even if it's not like an ongoing, but maybe like something that's like a, you know, a 5-10 issue something, whatever. I'd be down with that.
Two things real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, shoot.
Bird Time Music Group. I don't know what else to call single issues, but floppies. But Y2 Noob said that omnibus is harder to read. Thick book, turning pages and opening it to read is more of a chore. Here's the thing, though.
That's true.
That depends on the omnibus. And plus, if you're somebody who takes care of their single issues, you got to take it out the plastic, lift it out the plastic, open it, read that, put it back in the plastic, put it back in the long box, pull out the other one, take it back out the plastic, put it in another one. Boom.
This is easier for me.
Yeah. So like,
I can pull this motherfucker off the shelf and keep reading.
I don't even have to pull out one of my omnibuses. You just brought up a key point there.
Mm-hmm.
You see how he pulled out the Ninja Turtles collection? Mm-hmm. That's one thing. But okay, boom. No. The milestone compendiums you have. Okay. Those. You could pull one of those out. You could easily digest that. You could easily read it. It might be a tad bit of a chore, but that is completely different from an Immortal Hulk omnibus. Where I don't give a fuck what lie Ernie tells y'all. That nigga ain't reading that omnibus, bro. And that's gonna be the only N-bomb you hear for the rest of the show, but he ain't reading that big ass omnibus. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna be in the same boat when they release Benjamin Percy's X-Force run in an omnibus format because they have to. Key thing though, you know, people say that he is one of the worst writers on an X book. I cannot believe that. But
really?
Yeah, people despise Benjamin Percy's Wolverine and X-Force. It is insane to me. One reason being because of Beast, which is why I want to ask you this question. Ernie and Carter, are you disappointed that they have brought back the Defenders era Beast? I know Blerd really likes the Krakoa era Beast. Remember last week when I brought up the fact that people are acting like this is the first time that this has happened.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
all
yeah.
I did was remind you all of the Hickman Avengers when Beast was on the Illuminati and was way worse.
And it's brought up in this. It's brought up in that issue of X-Force.
Benjamin Percy was so gangster in this recent issue of X-Force that came out this week that not only did he reference what I told you about, that motherfucker went further back and started putting out other stuff that I had completely forgotten about.
Oh yeah,
so
dude, it's stuff
everybody
I've
that
talked
acts
about.
like Hank McCoy was the gentle, lovable. We already have a Dark Beast. Guess what, dum-dum? Dark Beast had to come from somewhere. You got to think before you speak. The most gentle and heart-loving Hank McCoy.
Right
Shut
here.
up.
Here.
You're angry.
MGH, for those that don't remember, that's mutant growth hormone.
Yeah.
That's typically the first thing I bring up about Beast is MGH, the legacy virus, Threnody, the Inhumans, the Illuminati, all of those things took place. These are all like he made a perfect choice to make sure. Well, actually, I take that back. I'm sure the letterer made this choice, but
which is amazing.
Yeah,
that was the nicest way to say for all of you that keep saying that this real Beast would not do.
Yeah.
Hold my dick. Like that's what this was from Benjamin Percy. And I love that. I just told y'all about this shit a week ago. Wednesday comes around and then Benjamin Percy says the exact same things and then puts you all on even more game. Because I didn't even know he was responsible for MGH. Never knew that fact.
Yeah.
But
I've talked about it before in some videos. Like I think there was a video where I forget exactly which one it was. I have to go back and look, but there was a video where I literally talked about why Beast has always been an issue. And that was, and like a lot of people, like now I will forgive a lot of people who don't remember MGH because I mean, it was a long time ago. We're talking like, man,
if you don't, but here's the key point. If you don't remember, that's fine. If you don't, if you don't know, or
we're talking like 70s.
Okay,
this is from the 70s. So yeah,
and that's fine. But the thing is, so many people are acting like that's never happened before. Just say when you were reading all this shit about real Beast would never do this. This is all Dark Beast and all other nonsense. And I see how many people are shocked in the chat. I guarantee you can go on, and I think it's because a lot of you all don't have to. You're not forced to be online in comics, Twitter, and shit like that, like we are, and that I'm trying my best to be, but I can't. But yeah, there are people who despise Benjamin Percy's stuff. You all would be shocked, and the reasons they give are the most. I'm trying not to use the R word. Are so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
but yeah, dude, it was.
It's dumb. Okay, so it's dumb on its face for a lot of reasons, but like I think the main issue that I have with it ultimately is just that Beast, the change to Beast. Okay, I get it. You don't like it. That's fine. But then, like another criticism I saw is some people didn't like the fact that he was a slow burn writer or that he did long-term booking with his stories. Now, I will say, if there's any one criticism I have of Benjamin Percy's X-Force run, I will say that the Xeno, the reveal of who was the man with the peacock tattoo.
Oh yeah, that was Flat in the motherfucker. Yeah, we going back to Flat, ladies.
Yeah. I'm about to say
Flat Stanley.
Yeah, look, that shit fell flat. Like, and here's the thing: it's not even me saying that, like, oh, this suddenly makes him a bad writer. No. It's just the fact that I feel like he probably put more stock into people remembering a character that a lot of people didn't remember. Like I'm constantly going backwards and forwards in the back issues of X-Men comics from shit as recent as stuff because I'm current now, so this is why so if anyone wonders why I'm saying this, but going back to like the early 2010s and the early aughts, and then going back to like the 70s and 80s, I'm constantly going back and rereading a lot of those old issues. And in some cases, reading shit I'd never read before, because that shit I showed y'all with Beast, that didn't happen in an X-Men comic. That didn't even happen in an Adventures comic. That was in an Amazing Adventures comic.
Was the Legacy stuff, wasn't that just a fucking novel, or am I thinking of the wrong thing?
No, that was in the core X-Men title.
Okay.
X-Men and Uncanny X-Men, if I remember correctly.
Carter, do
yeah.
you think the complaints are coming from actual comic readers or just 90s X-Men cartoon watchers? I think it's coming from both. But the key thing is those comic readers, it's their headcanon, or not even, or it's their ignorance almost, because you can't say that this has always been the lovable Beast and shit like that when all you got to do is go pull out all new X-Men from when Bendis was writing. That's something that Elite X1 asked me about last week. Now, that's right there. And then you're going to have those people who don't acknowledge it because they don't like Bendis or something to that effect or something like that. So a lot of it is just, it's them.
It's selective memory. It's a lot of selective memory.
That's the word.
It's a lot of selective memory. And here, but I will go a little bit harder in the paint, because y'all know how I feel about them folks that only watch the cartoon.
Yeah.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that only saw this shit, and that's what they remembered. I know too many people who misremember the facts a lot of the time when it comes to these X-Men storylines and arcs. The thing I always like to point out, people that say, "Oh yeah, y'all remember when Rogue touched Ms. Marvel and had that bitch in a coma for like decades?" That did not happen. Yes, she got put in a coma for like what was probably the better part of like maybe a week, if even a couple of days. She wasn't in a coma like for 5 ever. She was literally up and walking around with the X-Men while Rogue had her powers. It was even used as a story arc because Carol Danvers like, I don't appreciate this. I've been running with y'all all this time, and y'all got this bitch sit up here in the mansion with her feet up while I'm sitting here, no powers. Okay, cool. And then she got her powers back like not even long after that. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you can tell when someone only watched the cartoon versus they actually read a comic where the story is actually canon. And it's not to say
they read a comic to where Beast was the way they wanted him to.
Yes. Like, cause even if you are, and this is actually why I think that a lot of people misremember Beast, is because when you really get down to it, Beast wasn't that, oh my stars and garters. He wasn't that Beast for a long time. Like, he was that way up to a point. By the time you get to the 90s, Beast is not really that Beast anymore. Like, he was that Beast in the 80s. He hasn't been that Beast for quite some time. And yeah, there you go.
We got a 5 from Tubes the One saying that Beast is a self-hating mutant who tried to get rid of his mutation, ended up backfiring, turning him blue and furry in the first place. All this tracks.
Yep. No lies have been told at all. No lies have been told at all. This is all facts. Nothing wrong has been said. It's all true. But no. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm just gonna say that's a lot of people either forget that or don't think about that.
No, they don't. They don't. That's why, like, when they did the whole thing in X-Force number 48, and they said, oh, we found that there was one backup he didn't get rid of. And oddly enough, it was the one that was what, Quotey Fingers fans wanted. I also don't just blame them, though. I also blame the disingenuous people out there who cover comics who only show you part of the story. It's kind of like how, and not to get too far off into a tangent on this, but because we do have other stuff to talk about, but it kind of reminds me of, I don't remember who it was. I can't remember if it was like Nerdrotic, Yellow Flash, Geeks and Gamers, or whoever, but one of the three posted an image like complaining about how they were forcing gay Superman on us. And when I say gay Superman, I'm talking about John Kent. Their words, not mine. Because there was an issue not too long ago where Jonathan Kent gave his boyfriend Jay Nakamura a ring, and they took an image of him handing him the ring and said, "See, look at this man, look at this woke shit. They sit here making, they already made Superman bi or you're gay or whatever, and now they're forcing him getting married to a dude on us." But here's the thing with that. If you just would have read the next panel that was directly under the picture that they cropped out to show to piss people off, guess what you would have seen? You would have immediately seen the next scene where he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. This isn't a wedding ring. This is a flight ring. This is like one of the fucking, he says like it's a Legionnaire flight ring. It's literally in it's panel. I think panel 1 is one thing. Panel 2 is him handing the ring. And then panel 3 is like him going like, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, they literally showed you panel 1 and 2. They didn't show you panel 3, 4, 5 that basically was like, yeah, this isn't what you... And it's not like those panels are on a different page. They're on the same page. One's right on top of the other. That's how I feel like it's people like that that spread a lot of this stuff too and are disingenuous about it. They did the stuff to Jason Aaron with the Mighty Thor. I remember there was one where it was the issue that everyone was sharing where everyone was like, Jane Foster is a sexist feminazi piece of shit. And it's like, if you just would have read the next panel, you'd have realized she wasn't saying what you think she said. And it's people like that spread stuff around that also get these people into that mode, into that train of thought. While I don't personally look for that shit, I'm pretty sure there is somebody out there that is out there like shoveling that shit and trying to get people on board with hating on Benjamin Percy because they don't like what he does, or maybe just because they know it's going to get them clicks. And it kind of, which is weird, reminds me of something we're going to talk about later in the recommendeds. Yeah, man, I just wish these people would get off it and stop being so... Ugh, it's gross.
I'm gonna say something real bad. Well, it's not real bad what I'm gonna say, but it's like, okay, X-Force is ending, but it's ending at 50.
Yeah.
Al Ewing went 50. Normally, a lot of writers don't get to that point.
No.
Wolverine is on 41 right now.
Mm-hmm.
With as quick as people are to do relaunches with new creative teams and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you can't be bad hitting 50.
Okay, so you know what? This is actually you just made a fantastic argument, Carter. I don't even know if you realize how fantastic the argument you just made was. Do you know how many times Wolverine has hit 50? Like whenever they like relaunch. I'm not talking about like when they pick the book back up and like, oh, we're gonna pick up from issue 600 whatever because that's where he would have been or whatever, some shit like that. I don't mean like that, but I mean like how many times Wolverine has hit 50? So he did it once. Actually, he hit 189, I think, before they relaunched him in the original volume 2. I think volume 3, which was a relaunch, it hit 50. That was 2003 to 2009. The first one that I mentioned was from 1988 to 2002. If that tells you anything. He did not do it in volume 4 when they relaunched it in 2010, which ran to 2013. He did not do it in 2013 when they relaunched it again. And mind you, I think this is when Jason Aaron might have been on the book, I think. So yeah,
You said what, volume 4?
I think it was like volume...
Because volume 4...
No, not volume 4, volume 5. It was volume 5, I believe. Was Jason Aaron on that one?
Volume
or was it the one after it?
No, volume 5, that was Paul Cornell, because that's when he had lost the healing factor.
Got you.
Because I read that.
I'm thinking about Wolverine and the X-Men. Never mind. But no, Wolverine doesn't hit 50 very often.
Mm-hmm.
A book doesn't hit 50 by accident. If a book hits 50, it's because people were buying it. It's not because they kept it going just because.
Mm-hmm.
Immortal Hulk didn't get to 50 because, it was, Marvel felt sorry for it. Like, I don't know. It's so silly to me. When people say shit like that, where they're like, man, they just kept it going because they don't want to cancel it because it'll make them look bad. Dude, Marvel has canceled books that were good that didn't sell well. Avengers Incorporated, Al Ewing, the darling of Marvel, a favorite writer, guy who literally wrote Immortal Hulk, literally one of the best writers of Marvel right now. They didn't even give that motherfucker 5 issues for they said, yeah, we pulling the plug on this. Ed Brisson, one of the greatest writers out there, didn't get a full Ghost Rider run because people weren't buying it. Not because it wasn't good. It was good. But it wasn't selling. So you know what they did? They canceled that bitch. And then for as much as people talk about Captain Marvel, Kelly Thompson went 50. And she didn't go 50 because the book was bad. And Marvel's like, well, we don't want to cancel a book by a woman. They've canceled books that had women on them. And recently, it was because the book was good and it was selling. Ms. Marvel, same thing when Ms. Marvel first hit the shelves in Volume 3. I'm trying to remember exactly how many issues. Kamala Khan got on her first outing. I'm actually looking this up right now. Let's see. And this is actually all more to do because it got relaunched more than anything else. What's up?
You pulling that out of your ass. Hold
What?
on. Somebody in the chat. His name is Wolverine fan, because I got to call bullshit on this because I have not heard anything about this. Greg Capullo's Wolverine definitely hitting 50, especially if Philip Kennedy Johnson is writing it. What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Oh,
that better not be something legit. That better not be real. I will scream.
Well, no. Okay. So Greg Capullo, Greg Capullo is coming back to, this was something I think I announced last year. Greg Capullo is going to be coming back. I know he's doing covers. He's going to be doing covers and the like, for that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think this is some, here it is. He will be doing Wolverine this year. I don't have any more information, than that. Yeah. He's doing interiors. He will be doing interiors. This is actually from something that came out like early this month. At the time that this story came out, it was not revealed who was going to be writing it, per se. But if Philip Kennedy Johnson's doing it, I would not be against that at all. That's actually a fire ass creative team.
Explain to me how Ridley got so many Black Panther issues. Well, number one, he only got 50.
Yeah, he only got 15. Yeah, he only got 15.
That's number one. Number two, I didn't mind looking at 15 Alex Ross Black Panther.
No, not at all. Well, and here's the thing. It didn't, okay, you're conflating 15 with 50. 50 is a damn sight bigger than hell. I'll throw you one better. Here, let's count this up. Let's count this up, Carter. You and I are gonna count this up. I'm pulling this up right now because I'm ready to.
You better not be trying to make me do math. It ain't even noon yet. It's still early in the morning. You bet not.
So check this out.
really got 3 good trades. Wolverine is shit 5.
5. So that's 6 trades. That's actually might be close to 7 or 8 trades.
I'm gonna say with how Marvel will try to bust your heads for like 4 issues in a trade for like $39.99.
So here, I got it right here. So Ta-Nehisi Coates, do you know how many he got?
Before or after they split?
What's that?
You talking about all the? You talking about? I'm trying to think like before.
Well, no, they did a
after?
relaunch, but I'm not counting that because if the same, here's the way I look at it. If you relaunch a book and you still have roughly the exact same creative team or at least the same writer, I almost don't even count that. Like as case point, like I mentioned Ms. Marvel earlier, it was still for the most part same creative team, more or less. So even though technically she got to like 18 or 19 issues, she went 38 after that. And honestly, the only reason they relaunched because it was around the time that they were doing like a total brand relaunch. So I don't even count that because that's not the book getting canceled. That's the book just
43.
I think it was so he had 25 issues in the first one. It was 25 issues in the first one and 25 issues in the second one.
Oh,
so he got a
whole 50.
He got a whole 50. So yeah, they don't cancel. And I want to mind you, this is at a time where people were complaining about his Black Panther. People were complaining. Like, a lot of people don't remember this, but just as much as people were complaining about John Ridley's Black Panther, they were complaining about Ta-Nehisi Coates' too. I remember when I was doing videos about Black Panther during the Ta-Nehisi Coates run. Y'all don't remember this shit. Some short memories are going on here. Folks was talking cash money.
Oh, my God.
They were talking cash money about this shit.
Was open our eyes up to the fact that Ta-Nehisi got a smooth 50. Ridley shit was so doo-doo water. He got a hot 15.
Hot 15.
That's all you
That's
did.
it.
Was just making us go through this.
Yeah.
Look.
Look.
So bad.
And here, LP3 pointed out. LP3 pointed out. He said, like Chip Zdarsky Daredevil, he technically went more than 50. Because, I mean, if you think about it, they relaunched his title, but it was still the same creative team.
Yeah.
So I
can't wait till
mean,
that omnibus comes out.
oh man, that omnibus, dude! I've already pre-ordered it.
Now here's the nasty part about it. I'm not going to get the complete set because you know they're doing volume 1 and volume 2 of his run.
Yeah,
I think you and me might butt heads on this. And so, but then we got to move on.
Yeah.
I only want the street level stuff. After he got married to Elektra and shit like that, I just give me that and Devil's Reign.
I tell you what, you're gonna be. This might sound crazy, but I'm not mad at you for that because I feel the same way. I actually prefer the first half. I think the first half and Devil's Reign is way better than the back half. The back half kind of started to lose me a little bit. I liked it, but I mean, it got weird. Jerome asks, as Capullo is mostly known for his DC Batman art, correct? No, well, that and Spawn.
Spawn, yeah.
Yeah, that
he
and Spawn.
went to the school of McFarlane. That's why if you look at his Spawn and you look at McFarlane's Spawn, they're so similar. Yeah.
Well, it's funny too because like it was one of those deals where I was like, Todd, you can go ahead and hang it up. Greg got you. I was like, Greg got you.
In the words of Cody Rhodes, Mr. Blair Without Fear, now that we have gotten past that, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Well, we just talked about Spawn. It kind of came up organically.
Didn't it?
Yeah. Spawn 350 is coming up. For those that don't know. This is actually like wild to me because I knew that 350 was coming up, but just it's weird to think about that that this is on the way. Like it's crazy to think about because you like and I think rightfully so. Because we've had to my knowledge what feels like decades of Spawn, and we have 32 years. And we got news this week and this comes directly from Todd McFarlane himself, that this is a story arc that number 350 is going to be teasing. That's 32 years in the making. This is going to be a 40-page issue.
No, this is stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's going to be dumb. It's going to be big dumb.
When I say stupid, I see, 32 years in the making with at least 23 from you of just hating. So when I say stupid, I just mean just because I know he's going to try to get everything from every other book all into this one
Oh,
issue.
you know
and
he
it's
is.
gonna be so obnoxious because just as a just an update, just a really quick one that I can do. How was the best way I could do this? Okay, boom. I can make it really simple. Gunslinger Spawn is looking for somebody that ended up traveling to the future with him that he's been trying to kill.
Mm-hmm.
King Spawn is basically, there's a lot of background characters and stuff that are trying to get him to take up the mantle and sit on the throne of hell. Because with Spawn 350, we're finally going to see somebody seizing control of, I think that was like the 4th or 6th seat in hell that Malbolgia had years ago before Spawn killed him. So you got people trying to make Al Simmons break bad in King Spawn and take over the throne, and they're dangling Wanda. You have Gunslinger Spawn, where he's just trying to kill the person that traveled to the future with him, and then he wants to go back to his own time. You have the Scorched, where Dark Ages Spawn currently is having a little tiff with somebody that he thought was long since gone, which was, I think her name, is it the Vindicator? I can't remember. She's Clown's sister that has come back now, that is trying to plot revenge. And the team is more so, it's been shrunk down and more condensed into where it's basically She Spawn, Dark Ages Spawn, and Redeemer. That's the core 4, even though it's 3, just because they're not going to bother Spawn because Spawn is doing his own thing right now. And also Cogliostro, that everyone knows, that old Gandalf mage looking dude, has also basically surprised, and he's been a big bad ever since Spawn #1, to where you find out that he has had this ability to slowly siphon off the evil necroplasm energy from Spawn for literal 32 years. And I can't remember his new name for the life of me right now. He's just wearing power armor. He bald headed right now, and he is just, I think it's Sin. I think his name is Sin right now. But he is trying to control all of hell and is having this campaign to where everybody's trying to get control of hell, and also open all the dead zones that Spawn created when he remade the world and trapped Satan and God in one world. And he made it to where you couldn't, if you were in here, you can't leave. There's no way to do it, period. But now that is getting upended by Gaia. I just gave y'all a lot of Spawn lore.
It's pretty crazy. Speaking of, that is him there in the background, I believe. That's that's Sin. That's Sin, formerly known as Cogliostro. He got the DLC buff this go around. but yeah, all of that is happening in and around Spawn, and I feel like if he tries to put all of that in Spawn 350, this is gonna be so nasty. Oh god, that's so disgusting. Nasty. I have to Carter, did you see this shit?
What happened?
Cogliostro, the Spawn guzzler. Y'all remember when Spawn?
But you know what's sad?
What?
That's really what he was doing. He's been guzzling it for 32 years until he got swole.
Look, here's what's so funny about it to me is that, remember when they used to have that thing in Spawn comics? Like I think they got rid of it after a while, but remember like when his power would, like, they would show you the timer on it. It's like it's like that's why he had the timer. It wasn't because his power was finite. This guy motherfucker was guzzling him. He was taking them big gulps.
Oh my lord. No. $2 super chat from Freddie Lane saying, it's my 31st birthday. Much love, my fellow Blerds. Happy birthday.
Yes,
brother.
Happy birthday.
Listen to this fool and his guzzling. Happy birthday, Freddie. Oh my god.
Here, just as a palate cleanser, I'm gonna hit the bomb for you. Oh, but no. Roy Bot said we may see Angela slander. in this 350 issue. Man, look, let me tell you something. I haven't read as much Spawn as I have in a long time. I think the most Spawn I had read in one sitting was when I did that ill-fated video talking about Spawn. But yeah, I like honestly, it baffles my mind that the Throne of Hell has sat empty since issue 100. Because like I always thought, like I don't know, for some reason I was like, man, that seems like a long time to just kind of let that sit.
Spawn was on it, and then was just like,
nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm alright.
Then he started doing his own thing, and then he killed himself, and then that's when you got
the white boy.
Thank you. I didn't want to say it. You said it for me. Thank you. But yeah, that's when he came around, and then Al came back, and then he showed himself off to the world. So now the entire world, more specifically Fox News, I don't know why you can clearly tell it's supposed to be Fox News, but
wait.
Everybody knows about Spawn. Everybody knows about the demons and all this other. The Superhead Spawn. He called Cogliostro the Superhead Spawn. Sir Yuri, you are a fucking heathen, and I hate you. I hate you.
I love it. I love it.
That's everything I just described to you all is everything that has been happening in all of these Spawn books. So with Spawn 350, I think it's going to be a hell of a lot more than just we going to find out who's sitting on the throne. Because basically, with everything that has been happening with Clown and Clown has daughters now, Ernie, and with Clown's sister coming back into the forefront, and she didn't even know that Malbosia had been dead this entire time. And
damn.
The stuff with Sin that's happening where he's just trying to run it all, making all kind of Game of Thrones-esque deals with angels and demons to try to control everything, and Spawn in the middle, and she spawned in the middle, and all these other people in the middle. So
let me ask you this.
350 is going to be obnoxious. Okay, go ahead.
Let me ask you this. How long you think that vampire shit gonna stick?
Until you said it, I kind of forgot about it. Because there is so much shit going on in Spawn.
Yeah, but I'm about to say he a vampire now. He like not only is he a hell spawn, he a hell spawn vampire.
I'm gonna keep it A1 with you though. With everything that is going on, because I feel like him being a vampire that probably happened in King Spawn, and King Spawn I ain't even reading.
No. That was in Philadelphia.
Oh,
because he's in Philadelphia right now. He got
I thought it was in one of the other books. I'm gonna say if that's probably some shit that happened in King Spawn. I did not read because I ain't been checked. King Spawn has been like the one that has the bad wing out of all these books. Spawn has been fine. Scorch has been really good. Gunslinger Spawn has been different, and it's been cool. And it's funny considering with Gunslinger Spawn, he is clearly the weakest out of all of them, and he knows it. So it's kind of hilarious when he gets worked. But
wait, look, sir, you literally just said what you just said. It was crazy. These Spawn books have been fire. So well, except for King Spawn, that's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically what you just said.
Roybot with Blerd Club Diamond Line for 27 months. I was telling my kids that the necroplasm timer was off, but now it all adds up. Cogliostro out here getting that phantom text for his Hellspawn tutorials, bruh.
Look, wait, nah, this look, man. First off, 27 months. Thank you.
Yeah.
Second off, I saw what RZ Parks just put here. Said he deserves half of what Spawn got after them years of guzzling.
We got Antonio Logan in the Diamond Mine for 36 months.
Jesus.
Saying Michael Jai White acted his black arse off in that Spawn movie. When is the last time y'all watched it? Like 2 or 3 months ago?
Yeah, I was gonna say about a month and some change ago for me. Just
here's a fun fact for you that I never knew until someone showed me an Instagram post. Do you remember? This is a very old video I'm finna reference. It was his kung fu brother wearing this like Adidas jacket. He had an afro. He tried to cut a backflip and then his head smacked the ground. Then he tried to get up with the nunchucks and fell back over. Do you remember that video?
Yeah.
Okay. That dummy that tried to cut the backflip and face planted.
Yeah.
He was Michael Jai White's double in the stunt man in the Spawn movie. Wow. I never knew that.
Wow.
Somebody sent me I think it was Bishop. Somebody sent me an IG post, and it showed him. This was well after the Spawn movie without the afro and all that stuff. But yeah, the same dude.
So apparently he was in TMNT 2 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Afro Ninja. Bruh, oh my god. I would definitely say I'm down. I'm down for a lot of this. I mean, I think this is gonna be I think this is gonna be great. I think this is good. Oh my god. I think I just saw what you just saw. Yeah, I think yeah. See, y'all need to stop the guzzle for Greg Lane here, y'all, and give you visuals. Oh Lord. Look, he gonna have Sue Storm out here hitting the big gulp on Mr. Fantastic. Lord.
God. But yes,
I'm
with
done.
everything I just explained to you about what's going on in these Spawn books and what you need to prepare for Spawn 350, how you feeling?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm down for it. It's yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I mean, here's the thing with Spawn for me, just full stop. Spawn for me has always kind of just been a weird character. I feel like the longer Spawn went, the weirder it got, and I feel like it's kind of come full circle on weirdness to the point where it was so weird I just wasn't into it anymore, and it's gotten weird but it's become so weird now that I'm kind of like, actually, it's the right kind of weird now, and I'm kind of like, all right, well, I guess I'll start reading it again, but I read it off and on. I just don't really keep current with it or commit much of it to memory. It's more of one of those things like I might read compulsively before I actually read it because I actually want to. But yeah. I mean, I'm down for it. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, props to Todd McFarlane for keeping this shit going for 32 years. I don't know exactly what's gonna ultimately happen. I mean, a part of me wonders if Spawn will just say, fuck it, and take the throne to keep somebody else from trying to take that shit. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm down. I'm down for it. You know what else I'm down for, Carter?
What's that?
Man, I am down to see what Dynamite is going to be doing with these Thundercats. We got some news here recently with Dynamite's upcoming Thundercat series.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting stuff. I'm curious how this is going to, I guess, factor in on everything. But we got some news that we're going to be getting a new Thunderian, or potentially Thunderians. It's kind of vague. But there will be new Thundercats characters who will be added to the canon. So it won't, I mean, yeah, we're still gonna get the characters who we expect. Yeah, we're still gonna get the Lionos and the Panthros and all that stuff. That stuff is still happening. So don't worry about that. It's still happening. Don't you worry your pretty little head. We're still getting all that. We're still getting all of that. But they are going to be adding some new characters, which I think is going to be interesting. The question I think kind of becomes, who are those characters going to be? It's kind of heavily implied that it could possibly be characters that we've already seen before, or they could be characters that are brand spanking new. But basically what's going to be happening is they're going to be changing up just a little bit of the lore for Thundercats, and the first couple of issues are going to dig in a little bit on the Thundercats' first days on Third Earth. Learning that there's more out there than what they realize, that they're not alone, so on and so forth. And I'm curious to see what they're going to do with this. I'm curious to see, what kind of, way are they going to go? Are they going to go, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, are they going to go the IDW route? What IDW did. And technically, honestly, they could, you could do this a couple of different ways, honestly, in terms of just IDW alone. Are they going to go the IDW route where they created an all new female Ninja Turtle? That's how we got Jenica. Or are they going to, once again, go the IDW route and maybe give us a character like Venus de Milo? How like they just brought back a character that was already in the canon, but they were new to the IDW series. Like, are they gonna like
Gotcha.
That's kind of where I'm going with that.
Okay.
But the reason I bring all this up is because while I don't know, I guess I don't know, Carter, you may remember some of these characters that I'm kind of alluding to. But there were
you're more Thunder than I am, so this is all going with the new stuff that is being added. I don't feel any type of way about it, like the way other people might, just because
right.
I'm not a big Thundercat guy. Not saying it was bad, but all I've seen, because I've said it before, was that old, what was that, like 2014, the Cartoon Network kind
like
of adult one with
2011.
Will Friedle or something.
Yeah.
That's all I have seen and absorbed of Thundercats. So this won't hit me as hard in the feels for whatever it is. This is just another thing with Thundercats that I'm just going to be open to, since all I've seen is one cartoon of it. So
no, that is 110 million% fair. Honestly, I feel like that is a safer and I would dare say better way to look at it. The characters I was thinking about that they might try and bring back. There were a few characters that they actually showed up on the original show, and I want to say they all showed up on that version of the show you were just talking about. Okay. So that's the speculation that I'm kind of looking at here. But those particular characters, they were Linkso, Bengali, and Pumira. Those are characters that they were on the original show. They were also on the new one to some degree or another. A lot. The speculation is whether or not one of these three characters could potentially be the Thunderian or Thunderians in question. Or and I say this because I think this might actually be the case, because when we first talked about the Thundercats series that Declan Shelby's going to be doing, we talked about how he made it pretty obvious he didn't watch the newer Thundercats, and that he's not pulling anything from the old comics. He's going strictly off his love of the original cartoon. And considering that these three characters were a part of that original cartoon, I think it's safe to say they probably would show up in some capacity or another. But if he decided to go in a different direction with an all new character, I think that could be pretty interesting. I'm very curious to see how they're gonna play this out. But if they have half the luck and talent behind what they're doing with this that Ninja Turtles had with Jenica, I think it'll go. I think it'll go very well, because I feel like and not just with Jenica, even with Slash, I feel like in IDW's TMNT comics, they did a really good job of bringing back a lot of characters that you probably had no clue who they were. Like, even if you were a fan of the cartoon, there were characters that probably showed up once, maybe twice, weren't really that big of a deal on the cartoon, or were probably even from the original comic, not from the cartoon at all. You know, and they made those characters way more interesting than they probably ever had been. Slash in the IDW series is infinitely more interesting in that than he has been in anything he's ever been a part of. You know, and then you with the character Jenica, like you're being introduced as just a very interesting character just in and of herself, as a brand spanking new character to the canon. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what they do with this. It could, like I said, it could either be really good or a word that we've used a lot this stream. It could be flat. It could come out incredibly flat. That might even be the name of the episode. Flat Stanley. Maybe that might be one up for consideration. But yeah. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Anarchy Hamster, you ain't shit. Why you gotta talk about Link so like that? Why you gotta talk about Link so like that, man? Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. But no, said that dude looked like he fell in some coke.
He did.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Like somebody shocked the hell out of him, like they bust in the room, like
he had
to lift his head up. Yeah,
he was trying to pull a Scarface, had his face down in the cocaine. Oh God, oh my God, Lord, I'm done with y'all.
Bro was sniffing that polar bear magic.
What the fuck?
I'm using that.
Oh God.
Rexu, consider that stolen. Consider that stolen. I'm sorry if you should have trademarked it. I'm still in it. That is what the name of it is going to be on Spotify, right there.
Polar bear magic.
That polar bear magic. Yes, sir.
Oh
yes, sir.
I'm so done with y'all. I'm so done with y'all. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so done with y'all. Polar bear magic, Lord.
And I started thinking about the Coca-Cola polar bear.
Yeah. I'm done with y'all. I swear to God, I'm done with y'all. I haven't checked out the new He-Man stuff lately. I don't know if it's I'm assuming we're talking about the Kevin Smith one. I saw people talking about in the chat, but no.
Nobody
Sounds like
except me saying moving pounds of that polar bear. Why did I hear it? But I heard it in Jeezy's voice when I read that.
Dude, well, I'm surprised I've never heard that before, like on the street. Like,
I gotta write that down somewhere.
Yeah, that moving that polar bear. Oh my God, I'm done with y'all. Anyway, Carter.
Yes,
I think. Yeah, I think we're ready. I think we're ready.
All right.
I think we're ready to move on into the next segment. Do you have a recommended for me this week? You got anything?
I do. And
ooh, what you got?
I am recommending that you all do what I said I did earlier in the show. I'm recommending that you all try to clean up that backlog of books that you need to read but have forgotten about. In the process of going to my local comic shop yesterday, trying to get some stuff for Ernie, get some stuff for me, I was able to grab this Dark Knight Steel.
Ooh.
I was able to grab volume 1 of that. I should have went ahead and grabbed volume 2, which I was going to do. But I ended up grabbing something from the backlog that I ended up saying that has been a pain in the ass to find. I saw someone talking about it earlier in the chat. They said they were recently talking to somebody about New 52 Swamp Thing. Boom.
Oh, yeah. There
New 52 Swamp Thing, the Scott Snyder Deluxe Edition with Yannick Paquette. This is actually all of Scott Snyder's run and his tenure on the new 52 Swamp Thing. For any of you that don't know, after Scott Snyder left that book, Charles Soule picked up the reins, which was just as good. But I really wanted to read the Scott Snyder stuff because that's when I started becoming a fan of a lot of my friends would say it's some of that nastiness. So yeah, I'm recommending you all try to clean up your backlogs because that's what this is. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and I have so many other books I also need to read that are on this shelf that I have not touched yet. But and plus, you already know I had read Dark Knights of Steel plenty of times. I just wanted it because it was good. But yeah, man, I'm recommending you all clean up some of that backlog y'all got of some books. Man. Go read some stuff that's just been on your shelf that you gonna get to at some. Go read it. Go read it.
Actually, this is actually not a bad idea here. Smoke One Kenobi said, Ernie, you should clip these recommended readings and put them back up on YouTube. I do sometimes, depending on what it is. Depending on I think what I might do is I might start putting them up as shorts as opposed to like full videos. I think which is very likely going to happen. I would say that no, that's actually a very good suggestion. I'm actually going to definitely fuck with that a little.
Yeah, you know, with some books on that shelf behind you, like I need to read this. I need to read this. I need to read this. And funny thing,
plenty.
One thing I didn't tell you, because I forgot to bring up the Brian Azzarello, Cliff Chang, Wonder Woman omnibus they had, but they also had, because I see it behind you, they also had Absolute Sandman Overture for 50
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Because I almost got it because I made the mistake of reading Sandman Overture first because Neil Gaiman kept going around saying it was a fucking prequel. So I bought it, not realizing you need to have read Sandman to really understand anything that's happening in the prequel. So I was just confused as hell reading that book, but it was really pretty.
Oh yeah, no, you have to. It's. I mean, I feel like you probably could if you had maybe kind of remember what you told me to do with Alan Wake 2, just watch a primer.
Yeah.
For it, like if you watch like a primer for Sandman, like just to get you through the original series. I think you could probably do better, but yeah, it is one of those. It's better if you've read the rest of it or the stuff that came before, even though it's a prequel.
But yeah, for sure. That's what I'm recommending. You all clean up your backlogs and do what I did when you go to a comic shop or something like that. Look in the bargain bins, man, because you can get some deals. This Swamp Thing collection that is still in the plastic was in the bargain bin, dog.
Damn, that's a crying shame because that was a good run. Like I'm shocked that's in the bargain bin. Like, dude, they treated it like it was icing. Anyway. My recommended this week is going to be a video game.
Okay.
I picked up a video game this week, new game that just came out. One of my favorite series of video games of all time.
Okay.
The series, formerly known as Yakuza, Like a Dragon. Is what they go about, because technically that's what I think what they were always called anyways, kind of like Resident Evil in Japan.
Biohazard.
It's Biohazard in Japan, so it's like it's not called Resident Evil over there. Like over here it's called Yakuza. Over there it's called Like a Dragon anyway. So it's basically they're just finally calling it what it's actually supposed to be called. But no, I say all that because Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth came out. And goddamn, is that game not fun? Woo! It is so much fun. God, it is so good. It is so good. It's funny to me. He thought I was gonna say Prince of. Okay, so funny story here. I'm gonna pull this in just a little bit because I want to make sure I'm clear on this. I do have Prince of Persia. I picked it up on Switch. I think that's the only thing it's on right now. Maybe is it? Is it on anything else?
Yeah, it's on Switch, it's on PS5, it's on it's on Xbox, and it's also on PC.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, I don't know why I got it on Switch. I think I got it just so I have something to play on the toilet. But no, it's still in the plastic. I have not touched this shit. It actually was almost I had gotten some other games too, because I finally picked up my copy of Persona 5 Tactica. What
the fuck is that?
It's It's something. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna play it anytime. So this is gonna be a game I play like 5 years from now, and then I'm gonna be like, man, I really wish that they would have made more of these. Yeah, because I mean, I bought it. I mean, I guess technically it doesn't matter if I play it at that point. But yeah. I also finally picked up Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, which is really good. I
need to get that.
Yeah, that game. I tell you what, you know what it is. Was there ever any like weird shit in Jet Set Radio, Jet Grind Radio that you just thought was like,
yeah, there was a lot of weird shit in Jet Grind Radio.
Well, I mean, like just weird like gameplay shit, like stuff like how like like when you would grind on a rail, if you hit a wall, it wouldn't give you the opportunity to turn around. It would just like make you fall off that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that in Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. You hit a wall, makes you turn right back around.
Okay. And plus, I think you're using not just roller skates in that one. I think
skateboards and bicycles.
Okay.
Skateboards and bicycles. Okay. As well, and also you can take them like if you're wearing skates or like a like it's not like with Jet Grind Radio and Jet Set Radio Future where you are always on skates, always on wheels. You can take them off and just walk around. There's parts where you actually have to take them off to maneuver through like an area. But that's neither here nor there. I like that game too. Honestly, I do highly recommend Bomb Rush Cyberfunk as well. If you're a fan of like the old Jet Set Radio Future, Jet Grind Radio games, it's basically that with the serial numbers filed off. They even have the same gangs from the original games. They just call them something different and make them, like instead of Poison Jam, you have the Franks. They're like Frankensteins instead of.
I thought you were gonna say hot dogs. Okay.
No. Like they like they're all, and they actually are like split up, like where they're like different body parts and shit. They also hearing our boy Sky Blue on the soundtrack is just like really validating.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, he's on the soundtrack. Like he actually his song is the first song that, like, as far as like licensed music, his song is the first one you hear.
That's dope.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he was streaming it. He was streaming the game on his Twitch channel for a while. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
For any of you all who don't know who he's talking about, you should. He does the fucking Blerd Without Fear fucking intro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you sat in on the countdown every week, you've heard his music.
You heard it, dude. You had him on one day.
Yeah, twice. I've had him on twice. I need to actually reach out to him to get him back on again. Here, let me do this because I want to make sure I don't lose that. But yeah, so getting back to it, but Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, great game. Ryu Gagatoku at their finest. This game is huge. I played it for several hours yesterday, and I have only scratched I barely scratched the surface of it, really. But that's just how deep the game is, because I've done a lot. I have engaged in a lot of story. It also handles it really well. Like, if you're a person who didn't play Yakuza Like a Dragon, which was the first game with the character I have on screen here, Ichiban Kasuga. If you didn't play that game, they do a really good job of getting you caught up. And if you choose not to get caught up, they have little ways where they kind of intersperse some of that information to you, kind of disseminate that information to you in little pieces here or there as you play. The gameplay is fantastic, because this is Carter, did you play Yakuza Like a Dragon?
Was that the turn-based one?
That was a turn-based one.
No.
Okay, so here's what they did with this one. It's still turn-based, but they've added new jobs on top of new jobs. They've tweaked the game system of it. And I don't know, I feel like you would probably like this one a little bit better, Carter, just for no other reason than while, yes, I know you don't like turn-based, but it is turn-based. However, it is the type of turn-based where you do still, like, even while people are doing stuff, like, it moves very quickly. And the way
you sent me a video, and it was dumb because I could hear you laughing in the background.
Oh,
you sent me a video of somebody like you summon something.
Yeah,
and it was like a cat. It was a fucking cat, or like a chef brought out a cat or something as a summon.
Yep, because basically what they do, they have this thing called pound mates. I think it's called so you pull out your phone and you call somebody, and instead of somebody coming to bring you some food or to pick you up and take you somewhere, they come to help you beat some ass. What's funny about it too is the first time I used it, I was just so blown away by it. A random black dude just showed up and was like, "All right, make sure you rate me. Give me my 5 stars." He would basically show up and beat ass. But they also added something new. I think they're called Sujimon. Everybody's complaining about how Pal World is ripping off Pokemon. Well, Like a Dragon did it, and I think they did it a little bit better. There's random characters you can collect in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and you can use them to help you fight. The game is huge. There's tons of stuff to do. Ichiban is as lovable and as goofy as ever. This is also, well, technically, the previous game, Like a Dragon, not Like a Dragon Infinite Gaiden, but the one before that, with Ichiban. Spoiler alert for a game that's been out for a while. The previous series antagonist, Kiryu Kazuma, he is in that game, like towards the end of it. And for those who played Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man with No Name, where that one solely focuses on Kiryu is in this game as well. And what's funny about it is, when you do eventually get to him, and I haven't yet, but one of the things I love about it is that each character kind of has like in Final Fantasy you have like limit breaks or like special things you can do. Kiryu's is that you ignore the turn-based combat of the game for a short while, and you just walk around and beat ass just like you used to do in the old Yakuza games. But yeah, it's really good. It's got a very endearing story. I highly recommend it to anyone. But yeah, that's yeah. And yeah, and speaking of, Roybot did bring up some of these games are on Game Pass that we're talking about. Okay. And I will definitely say, if you want to try out Pal World, but you don't want to pay, which is cheap, it's like $30 or something like that, if even that. I do recommend pick it up on Game Pass. You'll be behind on updates, but I mean, hey, is what it is. It's the cost to play. I haven't tried Prince of Persia yet, so I can't recommend it. But Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, I don't know if that one's on Game Pass. If it is, I do highly recommend it. Go play it. My daughter Cersei, who was not very terribly interested in it when she first looked at it, I let her have the sticks for a little bit, and she was like Maverick Carter when you called me yesterday, and I was talking to you. She was in the other room playing that shit, and she was having a good ass time skateboarding and rail grinding. Because first she was like, I don't know, it might be too hard for me. I was like, I was like, here, let me show you the buttons real quick. When I came back, this heifer was out here rail grinding, doing tricks and fucking combo and shit. And I was like, girl, I was proud of her. But anyway, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, y'all. You should totally go check it out. It's a fantastic game for fantastic people. That said, where are we at now on, I think we're actually, we're still caught up on stuff. Let's get into our questions from the Discord. It's time for questions from the Discord. Man, I got scared for a second because when I clicked on the Discord link, I was like, bruh, what is going on? But we got one here. We actually have one left over from last week, so we're going to start with that one first. The homie Melvin says, what's good, my people? Hope everyone's doing well and eating good. Here's my question for Ernie and Carter. If you had to build your own comic book store, what would be in it? Stay blessed, stay warm, and stay weird. Man, I'm always weird. Well, yeah, comics, but here's the thing. I'm going to go off something you showed me yesterday.
Okay.
I wouldn't have no nasty motherfucker comics in my shop because I would want maximum readership. You know what I'm talking about. This motherfucker showed me, he sent me a picture yesterday at the comic shop he went to. I almost said something else when I brought it up, but no, yeah. But no, I wouldn't have any titty comics out where the babies could see them, because I would want it to be a shop where anyone could come in, whether because here's the thing. Well, I would love to run a comic book shop where adult stuff is there. Maybe I would have it, but I wouldn't have it where like the cover's just out for everybody to see.
I don't think it was that kind of book. I think it had a story around. It was just I was just still surprised.
Well, yeah, no, but still, it was titties out for everybody. It was 2 scoops of titties for everyone out to see, and I wouldn't want that for the babies. Well, to be fair, my daughter is keenly, even at 8 years old, she is keenly aware of what titties are. It's still, you know, my child is different. She's weird. She has seen grandma's nursing books, just like I did when I was a kid. So she knows what things are, but still, I would still like for people to come in. I still like it to be like one of those deals where, like, when I was a kid, I could go into a comic shop and just see all and just marvel over all the comics. But, you know, the thing I would actually try to do, and well, I know this is kind of like par for the course for a lot of comic shops. I would try and make it a place where you could also get regular regular meet and greets with people in the industry, like artists, writers, you know, colorists and letterers and stuff like that. I would also want to be a place where, like, you know, people could like give those same people, you know, in terms of doing like meet and greets and stuff like that, signings and whatnot. I'd also like to have them, like, you know, that do like seminars and stuff like that. I would like to have a very, well, this is actually pretty common. I would actually like to have a tabletop gaming component in my shop, but I would like to be one of those things where it didn't feel like it was just something that was there to make money. Like, I wouldn't want to be like a thing where it's like, oh man, you just got Yu-Gi-Oh cards because, you know, kids come in and buy them. No, I mean, I would want to be like one of those things where you could come in and find not just like the board games you could find at Target or Walmart, but you could also find the board games that you'd have to like get on Kickstarter. You know, like those really like in-depth and involved ones. I would also like to have like areas so where people could like game, and not even just like game in a tabletop fashion, but also maybe even, you know, did you ever go to Rec Room? When you were still around here? Yeah, something like that, where you could like go and like maybe got some screens set up. You can go and like play video games for like a limited amount of time. I would even set up a deal where you could come in and have like a little comfy couch area where if you want to come in, so long as you like, you know, not saying I'm gonna bust your head, but have like pay a little fee, and you can come in and, you know, I'd have some books set aside that, you know, you could just read. If you want to get caught up on something, maybe you come in, you could, you know, maybe rent an hour to like sit down and, you know, read as much as you can in that amount of time. I would love to do something like that. You know, have a manga section, have you know, like it would be one of those things. It would probably try to be too much to be everything to everyone.
But you slick sound like Hastings right now.
Yeah, no, but I would want it to be better.
Yeah.
I would want it to be Hastings, but better. And to give people, like, because it wouldn't just be about making money. I would also want to be like that place, like to build up like a community, to like to have it be something where, like, you know, people could come in and feel like they have a second home. Or what's that word people throw around nowadays? I've been hearing a lot. What's they call it? Third places? I don't know if that's accurate to this. Okay, yeah, someone just said it. Yeah, it sounds like the best third place ever. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that because it's a term like I never had heard that term before a day in my life, and then something like I've been hearing it a lot lately. Like there's a Twitch streamer I follow, Denims. She was talking about it, and I was like, oh shit. She was talking about like how you go out and meet people, and she mentioned third place. Like, third places. What's a third place? I had to look the shit up, but no. That said, yeah. If you I like that. So if you build it, nerds will come. Yeah, no, they will. They most certainly will. But yeah. Roy about to say, yeah, Hastings for the people. Exactly. Because here's the thing. It's not to say we don't have comic shops, but man, wouldn't it be awesome if your comic shop was like that place that was kind of like the town square for the thing you love? Like the public square, like you could just go, just like, man, when was the last time you went to a comic shop and you were like, man, I wonder if so-and-so is going to be up there?
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, you're not talking about like anybody famous or anyone working behind the counter, though. I mean, yeah, maybe that too. But like, you're talking about somebody, just a random customer who you met and now you know, and like, I don't know, man. It just, yeah. Anyway, that's a thing. It's a thing. Carter, what would you do? Oh, I know you said, I know you kind of just say you'd have comics, but I don't know if like would you do anything kind of similar or different, whatever?
Mine would be a lot more. So just bringing up Hastings, they would always have this thing on Friday, especially when I work there, like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. But the one in Memphis, it was a Hastings over by Incredible Pizza in Bartlett.
Mm-hmm.
Every Wednesday would be the night where all the fighting game folks would meet up, and that's where you just start running sets with people up until they closed.
There you go, fighting game tournaments. Yes.
Yeah. I would do a lot more of that. The lounge spot sounds great as well. Honestly, he kind of hit the nail on the head with like Hastings for the people, but it would be a comic shop. So at the end of it all, at the end of the day, you knew it was a comic shop, beginning, middle, and an end.
Right.
So you couldn't do a little bit too much in there. But because you know what's funny, there's a shoe place here, and then we can move on. They have a bunch of like the new shoes, really expensive, obnoxiously overpriced resale shoes, but they also have arcade cabinets in there as well. But they don't take care of them, and they're pieces of shit, and they are really good games. So I would want one of those to where I would take care of my stuff, basically. So there would probably be several arcade machines around, just because that's the one thing that pissed me off about living in Memphis. After a while, the arcades just vanished.
They whole ass disappeared.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
Oh God, yes.
Wait,
Jerome just hit the nail on the head. Jerome just hit it. A place where Carter can come and go as he pleases without being hassled by angry assholes mad at Ernie. Yes. Holy shit.
That is, yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate. Also, thank you, Tyro, for that super chat. For the $10. We appreciate you, pimp. I like that. Yeah. And then Y2 News said, don't forget about memberships, sales, membership deals, discounts. Yeah, I would do. Look, but see, the thing is, I wouldn't be shitty about it. I wouldn't GameStop it. Like where I'd be like, no, y'all got to get this shit. I'd be like, no, if somebody wants it, they want it. If they don't, they fucking don't. But it would be a deal where like, yeah, man, if you kick in a little, like maybe a yearly membership fee or something like that, where like, I'd be like, man, you get like, 10-15% off your comics or whatever, something like that. And, try and make it something to be worthwhile to the person and be like, hey, maybe we'll have regulars, maybe like 1 month we'll do like a DC sale. 1 month we'll do like a Marvel sale or, something like that. Like just, try to do stuff that would get butts in the seats, or not in the seats, but like get people in the damn store. And now that said, I do not want to run a comic shop. Man, that'd be too much. But yeah, there you go. Said right, Carter shop got a liquor license. Y'all ain't shit.
It probably would. Trap God Thanos saying, good evening, brothers. Did you guys see the rumor that DC is doing an Ultimate style universe that cropped up about a week ago? And if you did, what are your thoughts? Speaking of rumors, it's not a rumor that I'm gonna be on y'all ass if those motherfucking likes don't start going up. Personally, I don't see how it would be different from all the other alternative or alternate universes DC do every year. What makes Marvel's Ultimate Universe,
but he's right.
yeah. What makes Marvel's Ultimate Universe unique, in my opinion, is that it's the only alternative universe they do. I don't know about that.
Well, it's the only one they focus on.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying now. While DC has their own Elseworlds imprint. He's talking about Black labels, or sometimes.
Yeah.
Side note, I'm gonna need you Spider fans to relax. They saying Hickman's one issue is better than Bendis's entire run. This is why I say Peter fans don't deserve nothing.
Wait, here's the funny part about all this to me. That issue was good. It wasn't that goddamn good. Like Bendis's whole run? The whole run. Hold on, wait. Hold on. I'm pulling this up right now.
God.
I want to see this shit. I want to see this shit right here. Okay, so Bendis on Spider-Man. Let's see, how many issues was that? This man was on this motherfucker for what, 133?
Mm.
And that's before. I think that might be before we get into the Miles Morales stuff. So yeah, let's calm down, y'all. Let's please can we chill? Can we chill? Like, cause y'all doing too much. Dude, no. Anyway, it's better than Zeb Wells. That's it.
We got another question here from Qdoma.
Well, we didn't even. Yeah.
I didn't hear about DC doing an Ultimate Universe. I didn't hear anything about that.
I haven't heard about it. However, if they go this route, the only question I have to ask is this just going to be yet another thin that when it either A, doesn't work, or B, becomes too popular, we just wind up, we end up having a 12-issue crossover series that takes 5 years to come out to merge all that bullshit together. Because if that's what the end game, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But yes, carry on with
right.
Qdoma
is saying, afternoon, Blerd. Hope you are doing well. Fuck me, though, I guess. My question for the day is, what things that comic books that you thought were fiction, what things did comics do that you thought were fiction but turned out real from a technological point of view in the real world? That's a question.
Honestly, I tell you what, there are some things, actually. I can't... I think I talked about this in my video where I talked about how when I was talking about, like, you know, the top 10 smartest people in Marvel or whatever. One of the things I brought up was with Tony Stark and how a lot of people don't talk about this enough, that Tony Stark, a lot of the things that he's invented, not a lot of, but some of the things he's invented are real. Like, granted, at the time, they weren't real, but they became real. Like, case in point, social media as we know it today. Tony Stark invented that in the Marvel Comic Universe. He actually put it into fruition before we actually got social media as we know it. The types of cell phones we have now. The Stark phone. Like, we have phones just like that now. Granted, these were things that came out like in, I think, the early aughts or something like, or maybe the late 90s. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, like, you know, back in a time where, like, when you had a cell phone, it was that Nokia brick. And then you come to find, oh, wow. Like, but I mean, yeah, so sometimes anything that, like, was in a comic that, like, you know, that I realized it existed for real at the time, no. Not specifically, but I do marvel at a lot of the things I see in comics that do become reality. So there is that. No flying cars yet, but that's probably a good thing. Motherfuckers can't drive with 4 wheels on the ground, let alone have motherfuckers flying through the air.
Hey, Ernie, why are you criticizing Zeb Wells when Spider-Man has been the best-selling series at Marvel and has even outsold Batman in a lot of months?
Because people hate read it. I mean, I will say this. You know what? I'm being facetious when I say that. Here's the thing. When it comes to Zeb Wells' Spider-Man, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Captain Marvel. There's a lot of people talk shit about Captain Marvel and how bad that book is. Yet it went 50 issues. No book goes 50 issues by accident. Or because someone felt sorry for it. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who thoroughly enjoy this Spider-Man run. And those are probably the people who are buying it. Because here's the thing you got to remember about yourself. A lot of times, for the human being, perception is reality. And if you don't like something, it's very easy for you to fall into the trap of thinking, well, I don't like it, so that must mean nobody likes it. And if you also have people around you who don't like something that you don't like, it's very easy to fall into the trap of, well, everybody I talk to don't like it, so clearly no one likes it. Remember when Avatar 2 came out? Was Avatar The Way of Water? And like I was even one of those people like, dude, who asked for this? I was like, this sequel is like 10 years too late. I was like, and then, you know, James Cameron somehow, oh, this movie's going to have to make like $2 billion just to break even. And all this other shit. And I was like, dude, it ain't going to hit that. And then Avatar, The Way of Water came out and it made its money back and then some. So clearly people wanted it. But here's the thing that people forget. When people like something, generally, they don't say anything. They just enjoy it. There's people out there who love the MCU who don't talk about it. I'm sure the DCEU had people who loved it that don't talk about it. Not because they're embarrassed or because it's probably because they just don't run in the same types of circles. Not every nerd has a million nerd friends at their fingertips on Twitter or on YouTube or on Facebook or on Reddit or wherever the fuck people hang out these days. But no, a lot of times people they enjoy things quietly. Typically, the only people who talk about something are the people who don't like something. Like they're usually, negative criticism. And there is positive, because I mean, I exist. I mostly do a lot of positive criticism. I do negative criticism too, but I mean, just by and large, I usually just stick to the positives. Why focus on the negatives? But yeah, that is a thing. So that's valid. I'm positive that Zeb Wells' Spider-Man is selling very well. Otherwise, let's see, what issue is Zeb Wells' Spider-Man on right now? Amazing Spider-Man. I believe it is on I think it's in the 30s now. I want to say it's in the 30s. I'm looking it up right now just to, this is more for my own edification than anything else. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Zeb Wells' Spider-Man is up to issue 40 something right now. It's creeping up on 50. So somebody's buying that shit. I mean, so maybe Paul isn't the worst supervillain of all time. But anyway,
JWR saying, afternoon, Blerd's Superman Legacy is about to begin filming here in Atlanta. You need to take a drive, Ernie.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Millie Alcock and Meg Donnelly being the front runners to play Supergirl in the film? Personally, I can see why some people who like Sasha Call are bummed out, but I'm on board with either of these choices. I don't know who either of these women are.
I'm looking them up right now. Because I don't. Oh. Okay, never mind. I know. Well, I looked up one of them so far. I haven't looked up all of them. But no, I know who Millie Alcock is.
Oh, that's the child from
from Hot D,
the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, this is Millie Alcock. Honestly, if they picked her, perfect. Cut the check. I'd be. Matter of fact, here.
Cut the check.
There you go. Cut the check on that shit. I like her.
The other girl, she's from that Winchester spinoff, and she has been in a lot of Disney films.
Which what's her name?
Meg Donnelly.
Meg Donnelly.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm probably not as familiar with. Let me pull her up. Meg Donnelly. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna say no on Meg Donnelly, if for no other reason than, I don't know, and maybe, I don't know. It might be the chin. It might be the chin for me. Maybe that's it. Give me Millie Alcock. Yeah, that's we're gonna go with that. Millie Alcock is the superior choice in this. Not to mention, I'm more familiar with her, so that is my answer. Have you watched any of Hot D, Carter? Have you watched any of the Hot D?
We got another question here from Urban Prince of Strong Style. 1, 2. Well, this is last one from Discord. Good afternoon, Blerds. If you were a street level hero and these 5 villains show up in your city, who would you choose to fight first? Have a great Saturday. Thank you. So if Carnage, Joker, Rhino, Bane, and the Atomic Skull showed up in my city, Bane is getting worked. Or not Bane. Rhino for sure is getting worked first.
You can clean Rhino up in about 2 pages. You clean Rhino up in about 2 pages.
Yeah, without question. That's an easy one. He only asked who would you choose to fight first. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, right. Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, Rhino, 2 pages. Actually, I'm being generous. I'm being charitable. You probably clean him up about 1.5 pages, easy. And that's with like cutting back and forth between other shit going on. So yeah, there you go.
That's a question from Discord.
That's it. That's the one. Let's get into our questions from the chat. I'm looking. Some I think I did maybe saw some questions earlier, but I think they were so they might have been so far back that I think these might be so far back that I don't know if I'll be able to find them. But yeah, let's see here. Oops, hold up, wait a minute. Here we go. Is this? Oh, you know what? I might have to you know what? So here's gonna be the problem. I might have to pull this up and I might not be able to show the question. So I apologize, y'all. I'm going back because apparently the thing I'm using to pull this stuff up has decided to shit the bed. So here, this is what we're going to do. I am going to go back. I'm just going to pull these from here and we're just going to call it even Stevens. Let's see. I see 1, 2, 3, I'm just going back just to make sure, because sometimes people put them in kind of early. Yeah. I'm just rolling back. As far as the YouTube chat will allow me to go, I see 3 so far, so we're just gonna go with that. So this one is gonna be actually lies. I think I saw 4. I see 4. There you go. No, I see 5. No, never mind. We're good. Frank Gleason the third says, question, can we talk about Masters of the Universe Revolution is fire? What do you guys think? I mean, here's the problem. I haven't watched it yet. So I cannot talk about it. I have been incredibly busy and I think because I just want to make sure that I'm correct in my thinking. This is the one that's by Kevin Smith, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're going with it. You're gonna co-sign that. Cool.
Because I haven't seen any of it. I know there are 2 different ones, but I don't know which is which.
Well, there's one that's for kids, and then there's one that's like, there's one that's on Netflix that's more aimed at children, and then there's the another one that's like kind of like a more like, I guess, updated, kind of more in the vein of Castlevania. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. This is the one I think it is. So yeah, they have done this thing, and I think they split them up. I think they do like what they did with I feel like they do what they did with the Transformers stuff. Yeah, they were doing the Transformers one, and they would like be called something else. It'd be like Transformers blank. Transformers this, but they were all part of the same series, but they all had a different subtitle. I feel like they're doing that with this. So that's probably where there might be some confusion. But yeah, I liked the first, whatever the first one was. I liked it a lot, even though a lot of people were shitting on it. But yeah, I can't really speak on it because I haven't watched it. You said you haven't watched it either, so yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it. I was never a He-Man guy like that, honestly. Yeah. I've never seen anything He-Man. I know about the Skeletor meme where you say something that might get you in trouble, then you just see Skeletor running off real quick.
And he's like, oh yeah. There's
I'm
that one,
saying that-
and then the one where he's like, "I'm not nice," and he's holding like the little like fluffy thing. That's one.
That's where He-Man begins and ends for me.
I mean, I was a fan of He-Man as a kid, but I don't. My love for He-Man kind of has waxed and waned with the phases of the moon since I was a kid.
Okay.
Let's see here. We got another one here. Chi-Town Dan, the Night Skin King says, question, what do you think of IDW's Son of Star Trek? Okay, so full disclosure, I haven't read it. I haven't read it, so I don't think anything. Let's see. This is, you know what? That one I feel like I kind of cheated. So actually, I feel these first two I might have kind of cheated. So I'm gonna read some more because I feel bad, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Here,
first thing you got to do is read that max damage super chat because Gillis Mo has arrived.
Good Lord, we got one here, man. Gillis Mo hitting us with that 99 says, get those likes up. Catching up on the stream. Spoiler, woke He-Man is still a problem, but many say it's an improvement. Truth be told, I mean, and once again, total brutal honesty here.
Mm-hmm.
Total brutal honesty here. Did I love every aspect of that? Was when it was that one was Masters of the Universe Revelation. I didn't like every part of it. I did feel kind of like He-Man took a backseat on what effectively probably should have been his own show, but it wasn't called He-Man. It was called Masters of the Universe. So I just went with it.
I feel like this had the same issue that one of my favorite video games that didn't even last a year happened. It was called Lawbreakers. I feel like more of the issue came from Kevin Smith, because that's what I would see a lot more of. It was either after people like showed proof, it was either him pulling something out of his ass that wasn't true or him just flat out lying about something. And the reason I brought up the video game was just because that game, I think just like that series, it could have been good if the person behind it just kind of shut the fuck up and let the product speak for itself. So, because that's what happened with that game. Cliff Bleszinski wouldn't stop talking about Overwatch and how he was going to do this and do that, and our game is this and that, and people shit on it, and the game didn't even last a full year. I think if Kevin Smith had to just shut the fuck up and let the thing speak for itself and just let the series happen, I don't think it would have been as much, because I didn't hear a lot about the series itself. I legit just heard a lot of people dunking on Kevin Smith because he wouldn't shut up.
No, 100%.
Okay.
I feel like maybe he probably should just shut the fuck up and let it be what it be, and he did not do that. Here's the thing. So, Sidious Black says, question. Blerd and Carter, how far do you think Storm's growth will go? Because at the moment, she can cause Dominions pain. This is true. Even in the Shadow Realm, will she become beyond Omega level?
What you have to take what you got to take into consideration with that is she had just woke up in betwixt the sheets with her man and probably wanted to do something else other than thinking about Magnus. She was trying to probably get old boy to dive in again. So I think it was more of like some anime stuff where like people are showing they have some kind of emotion and that just gives them a damage increase buff real quick. I think that may have been what that was. I think she was a lot more upset that she was having to get out of bed, because you can clearly tell that both of them sleep naked, so they had just got it in.
Oh yeah, no, sheets were dirtied that night.
Yeah, there was a lot of jungle love that was going on in that bedroom. So I think that was what that was. But yeah, her being able to cause damage to that phalanx and stuff like that, that was interesting. I was more, well, let me just answer the question. Beyond Omega level, with this Krakoan era ending, sure, you could do something like that, because it ain't. Who cares if this shit is ending and we're not gonna see something like this again if we're going back to that goddamn mansion?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna be like she is now, like after all this is done. But I mean, if they kept her this way, I'd be fine with it. That is all up to Gale. And then we got another one here from this is Jerome says, question, would it not have been better for Ironheart to master the Makluan rings, and with her doing so would have drawn the Makluan aliens to Earth looking to regain their lost technology? I mean, that is kind of where I thought the story was going to go, but Jerry Duggan kind of swerved us and went a different direction. I said in my video, I would have liked it better if they would have let her keep them, but that is not the case. So it is what it is at this point. Carter, did you read Invincible Iron Man number 14? I believe it were.
I flipped through it at the comic shop yesterday and forgot she had the ring, so I closed it. Not saying that was bad. It's just, okay, I need to catch up. That's what that meant.
Yeah. She got the rings in the Christopher Cantwell run of Iron Man, and then like kind of towards the end of that, and she's had them ever since. But I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of a Jean Janier. That was a Jean Janier. That was a rare miss. Rare miss, Jerry. Rare miss. We've also got Carlos Johnson here. Says, what do you think will happen to the Morlocks once Krakoa is gone? They just got their own island and now back to the sewers. Justice for the Morlocks. Well, the thing is, a lot of them got killed recently in Dark X-Men. They got worked. Dude, Angel, or rather, Death, put them wangs on them.
Every time you reading something X related, you can be sure the Morlocks are just randomly gonna catch it at some point.
Oh yeah, dude. I forgot how many Morlocks.
Why are they the whipping boys for the X-Men? You remind me of them mutants in Futurama that live in the sewers.
Just get shit on regularly.
Why do the Morlocks just have to catch it all the time?
Dude, I hate it. I fucking hate it. So I'm gonna count that as 3 because technically, the first 2 kind of got quickly brushed away. We also got let's celebrate John Battle with the 32 months in the Blerd Club gold mine. God damn. Says, what's up, fellas? Listening as I help with perpetuation for my nephew's birthday. Says let's see, I was told to do a Sunday so they don't interrupt the Blerd Cave. No luck. Man, look. I appreciate that. That is actually high key wild to me. That you just be like, yeah, man, look, we trying to get the Blerd Cave in. So man, can y'all move that shit? I'm just saying, look, just yeah. Nah, I appreciate that, Pip. I hope you're having a good one, man.
Gotta make this last question good. We gotta make it good.
Yeah. Well, we still got 2. I can't answer this one because I actually haven't read any of Jason Aaron's Batman yet, LP3. So I'm not even gonna hit y'all with that.
It ain't even out.
I think no. Wait, is it Batman? There's something out. Batman something, I think.
Oh, that.
Yeah. There's something
I
like.
actually read that.
Yeah, there's something out. I was about to say.
I forgot about that. I thought he was talking about Jason Aaron was gonna be on main Batman. I was gonna say, damn, shit going already, but no.
I forget what it's called. It's like Batman something.
He's in space. He's trying to figure something out in space. I read that first issue because he gets his ass whooped in that first issue. Because he's getting trained by a robot, and oh god. Well, I guess that shows how good the story is. Because I read that book.
Damn. That man read it and don't remember it.
I smooth forgot that book had come out. Damn, what? I wonder what
that is kind of. That's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The fuck is Batman doing in space? Oh, Off-World. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I knew it was something that started with an O, but like I like when you said Batman, I knew it was Batman in space, but I knew it wasn't called Batman in space. So yeah, there you go. YTube Noob says, question. Since Moira hid her status as a mutant for so long, is she responsible for contributing to a mass panic with the legacy virus being able to infect normal humans, you could make a case for that. It also explains why she was able to be infected, because, you know, up to that point, she was believed to be a normal-ass fucking human. And that explains why she got hit with it. But yeah, she is actually responsible for the mass panic. And also for a lot of unnecessary work on the part of the X-Men. Like, that heifer created more work for them than was absolutely positively necessary. That said, I think that is... Well, technically, that only makes... well, you know what? I tell you what. I thought I saw another one, and maybe I might have missed it. Oh, well. So, oh, no, we did answer. We did answer that, technically. You answered. Yeah. So that's our 5. So there you go. Boom. Done. Cut the check. Yeah, that is...
Cut the check.
That is the show. So... Carter, do you have anything that you would like to share with the people before we get out of here?
I finished reading Dark Knight of Steel while we were starting the show, so now I'm finna take this out the plastic. I'm finna take the Swamp Thing out the plastic. I might stream today. I saw Banky saying I need to finish Moon Scars, and I actually do.
Oh wow, you still haven't finished it? Damn.
Fuck no, I got too many games I gotta finish, man. Plus I recently started playing that Demon Souls remake.
Oh yeah. The one the Blue Point did.
I slick. Well, I ain't gonna say slick. Well, nah, I slick like that motherfucker more than Elden Ring.
It's very good.
Okay,
it's very good.
Yeah,
I need to go back and finish it. Yeah, I never. Yeah, I have. Expect a stream next week. I'm trying to at least get 1 stream a week knocked out, and I actually did 2 this week. So you did. I was actually. I was in one of them.
If you say you was surprised I did it, me too, motherfucker. Me too.
So wait. Pal World win, Carter. When you gonna start enslaving Pokemon?
It's time to go now. It's time to go now.
Did you know you can enslave people in that game?
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. You can put them in the balls. It's harder to do, but you can do it.
I don't want to know what that means.
You know how you throw Pokeballs to catch Pokemon? Well, they have Pokeballs in that game. Like you can throw the Pokeballs at the people and catch them and enslave them, and you can sell them. There's chattel slavery in Pal World. Anyway, that is oh, he said don't start in February. Hey, look, I'm gonna need y'all right now. We can't play Pal World in February, y'all. We gotta have some decency. I am after this is over, I'm gonna go chill with the fam for a little bit, and I will be meeting with the Waving the Red Flag crew after this for a video collab. It won't be live. At least I didn't plan for it to be live. They might plan for it to be live. I have no idea. I'll probably should talk to them about that. But we have a little video coming up. It's going to be a collaboration between us. And it's going to be about a topic that I think is very interesting. I don't really know how I want to frame it or what I want to title it, but it's basically going to be about why and how we as Black people adopt like non-white characters, but also characters that aren't Black as Black, regardless of the fandom. Like basically the Piccolo effect.
Okay.
So actually that might be what I call it. I might call it the Piccolo effect. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how and why this happens. We're going to kind of do a little diving into it, have a little panel conversation about it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It's we're going to record that tonight. Just in a few hours, actually, and then I'll try and get it together and set up.
Come on, like I said, like Piccolo.
Yeah, like Piccolo. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. That was actually something we kind of came up with, and I think it's gonna be a fun conversation. So, yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and yeah, let's wrap this up. Anyway, for Carter Presents. I am the Blerd Without Fear. And Mark Millar, you can go to hell.
Bye.